now. I didn't click live,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why.
yeah. No, I've clicked it. I've clicked it.
Cool, cool, cool. I guess before we talk about the big main thing, the big main ranking, let's do some quick updates. Let me see if there's been
Yeah,
any updates.
housekeeping.
To be fair, most of the updates relate to the topic we're going to talk about anyway, so
Yeah, because there's not, there really wasn't big news this week either. So
yeah.
it's been a slow week for
So
updates.
yeah, first update, the new Michael Jackson trailer that came out, I saw it in the cinemas and it looks fantastic, the trailer. It looks so good. Like I saw that before the drama like, started playing, and now I'm really
Yeah,
hyped for it. I really want to see this.
I've seen the clip of like a side by side comparison, and yeah, the guy just nails it, man.
Yeah, the Billie
What's
Jean
his
one.
name?
It's Jafar
What's
Jackson.
that? Jafar Jackson. Yeah, son of Jermaine Jackson.
Yep.
That's it.
It's like, well, one to one. Like the backgrounds, the colors, it's so crazy. Oh, let me share my link. Should I share the window? Yeah, there you go.
Cheers.
Cool. Wait, let me share the other one actually. Might be better.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense. Yeah.
Is this better? I don't know if it is.
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
is fine. Yeah.
cool. All right then. So yeah, the Jackson trailer looks really good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be sad as well because his story is very dramatic. It's very it's got a lot of highs and a lot of lows.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the early days. Like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be kind of like, oh, seeing that little kid just be
Same guy who directed the Queen film, right?
the
Is
Queen
making this film.
film. I've never seen the
Yeah,
Queen
Freddie
film.
Mercury, I think,
Oh, you mean the Freddie
starring
Mercury?
Rami
I thought you
Malek.
meant Queen Elizabeth. Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, my bad. I should have.
Bohemian
Yeah,
Rhapsody, that's what it's called.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's in safe hands. This film. So
Yeah. I don't think I saw this one. No, I did actually, but I don't think I liked it that much. I like the Elton John one that came out. Better Man. Was it Better Man?
I've not seen that. I've seen the Freddie Mercury one. I
No,
think it's
that was the
alright.
Robin Williams one. No, what was his name? Star
Rocket Man. Are you talking
Rocket
about
Man.
Rocket Man?
That's it, Rocket Man. Yeah, Rocket Man, that's the
I've
one.
not seen Rocket Man.
That was great. Yeah, that was a good one. It was the dude from the what's that
Edgar Tarrington or whatever.
yeah, Taron Egerton. It's that guy from the Gentleman movie. What was it called? Kingsman. Yeah,
Kingsman.
that's it.
Yeah. Hated the second one, but the first one, the first Kingsman, was amazing.
Yeah, the first one was pretty good. The second one was a little bit of a letdown.
Let down, huge letdown.
Yeah, bit of a letdown. Other topics. Demon Slayer has ended its theatrical run. Finally, because it's been out since came out
That's
in October.
ridiculous.
No, I mean
What do you
August.
mean? It just
Yeah,
wow.
in Japan. So it's finally over. So no more Demon Slayer in the cinemas for part one, and
That's 8 months.
8 months.
Wow.
And according to this very reliable source, the movie has gained a whopping $802 million worldwide in the box
Wow.
office. This movie is the only, I don't know if any 2D movies except for The Lion King has made this amount of money, Like no anime film has made this much. But, I mean, if we're going back to Disney, what is the highest grossing 2D movie of all time? That would be is it The Lion King? Yeah, The Lion King made 970 million, What would be the second highest grossing 2D movie?
Hmm.
Highest grossing
Tarzan?
2D
2D? I don't
movies.
know. No, not Mulan. Probably not Mulan. Is it a Disney film?
I'm actually trying to find. Okay, there's a list here from 2023. No 2D movies came out during this time that blew up the box office. So, okay, let's have a look. Wow. I think this movie might be the second highest grossing 2D film
Oh,
because
can I
the
guess?
second one would have been. Do you want to guess it?
Studio? Is it a Studio Ghibli film?
No,
Oh, I don't know then.
it's the
Don't know.
Simpsons movie from
Wow.
2007. Let me get this article.
Why
So
did they not make a sequel?
I
I
know.
don't
So
understand it.
this one made 527 million back in 2007, and of course the number one movie is The Lion King from 1994, and then after that we have The Mugen Train at 507 million, and then Aladdin from 1992, which made 504 million.
Aladdin. Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty much Disney, like Tarzan, and then Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Snow White from the 30s. So it's literally all Disney, and then you have Demon Slayer just sitting there and The Simpsons.
Right.
That's crazy how Simpsons is this like successful. Like it's a little bit shocking
It's
that they
this.
never made another one.
The Simpsons is a weird. If they've made like amazing games, like Simpsons Hit and Run, it's like their own Grand Theft Auto game,
Yeah,
but they never made a sequel to it for some reason. And then just like the movie is so popular, and then they just decided, now we don't want to make a sequel to the movie.
I'm shocked.
Weird.
Like
It's so weird.
they should have made one at least like in 2011, 2012. Like
Yeah.
there was like The Simpsons. What's so great about it is that they always reference like what's going on in the world, like in the news and politics and other stuff. Like so much was happening even back then, like in 2017 that they could have like referenced for a sequel, but just kind of surprised that they didn't do that. You know,
Um,
it's so weird because people back then in 2007 felt like The Simpsons was getting a little bit old, you know, and it was starting
yeah.
to
Yeah.
wane. But for me, I look back at this time as like, yeah, I saw this as a kid, and this is like old Simpsons to me, you know. It's kind of weird, like that perspective.
That's weird for me because like the Simpsons movie was the turning point of it turning into like the HD version of
Yeah, this
Simpsons.
was
Like
like around that time when
this
it
is the
was moving
newer,
to HD.
even though it's so old
I
now,
know.
it's that felt still like new.
Like I was the
And
same
dude,
age as Bart when this came out. That's crazy.
this film has a million laughs per second.
Yeah.
Like every scene is a gag. It's so funny.
I think I've rewatched this film like billions of times.
Yeah,
Oh
dude,
my
it's
gosh.
so good.
But
So
man, like the jokes in this movie, if they did that now, ooh, there are some
wow,
jokes in this.
what?
Like,
You don't think it holds up?
no, it does hold up, but I think there's just some jokes that might not be politically correct. Like there's the
Wait,
scene
like
in the
what?
church where I think Homer, he I don't know what joke he made, but he's like crossing his fingers saying gay, and I don't know what the context was, but I just don't think that would have landed if it came out today. Like,
Um,
I don't know, like there are some
Probably
jokes.
depends on the president,
Yeah,
to be honest. If it depend if it's like a more liberal or more conservative, because they dictate what the
yeah,
social apparatus is. Like for example, if it's like a liberal president, when it's the LGBT month, you see all these companies change their profile picture to like a LGBT themed profile picture.
yep,
But when it's like a more conservative president, they just abandon LGBT month and they don't even do anything for it.
yeah.
So it could be based upon that. So if there is a more conservative president and the movie comes out, you probably see gay jokes in there.
Yeah, I mean, Simpsons always does that, you know, even like in the show, like it's just part of. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's been a long time since I've seen this movie and even the show, so I just remember like certain jokes in those early days that, looking back on them, would they have flown well with modern audiences? Who knows?
I see the Apu thing. The only thing that's, I guess you could say controversial is like the Apu jokes
Yeah.
back then. I think that because they literally just axed the character, they just got
Hmm.
rid of him. They don't want to even touch anymore. So I guess any scenes with Apu is like uh too volatile, too
Yeah.
dangerous to go in there.
I think there was a joke where Green Day in the movie were saying, "We want to save the environment," and then the audience were booing at them. Then they were throwing stuff at the band, and then they fell into the ocean, and then they died.
No, that's funny though.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was a
think
funny
that's
scene. Yeah,
controversial. That's yeah.
yeah,
That's just the commentary on life, and
yeah.
it's accurate.
But yeah, that's the Simpsons movie. Um, what other topics did I have? Oh yeah, so Daredevil Born Again season 2, like the Punisher. Did you see the trailer for that? The one
The last
special,
kill?
the last kill. Yeah.
No, not yet. I've not
Okay.
chance.
All right. Well,
Well, I think there would have been spoilers in there if I did watch it.
it's kind of
Potentially.
hard to say if it's a spoiler or not. It's like,
Is it its own standalone film? Like, do I need to watch the previous Punishers, or I could just go in without knowing anything?
how can this is a odd one because it's like it is kind of a standalone. Like I feel like this whole Daredevil show that's been coming out, the Born Again series, it does act as a standalone, but it's also referencing a lot from the old days, especially season 2. I think season 2 more than season 1 is referencing a lot from the past. And in episode 4 that came out on Wednesday, something major happened that if you had never watched the original show, I don't think you would have cared that much. But for those who did watch the original show and the development of certain characters, it is kind of big, you
That
know.
makes
It's
sense.
like a
Yeah,
whoa
that makes sense.
moment. But you could just like watch a recap of like the first 3 seasons and just get a general gist of it, you know. But yeah, Born Again,
That's,
yeah. I like it, but I don't think I like it as much as like the Netflix shows. Like it's good, but it's just not. It's not there yet. I feel like we are starting to get close now to the peak of the Netflix era with episode 4 that came out.
has season 2 started yet?
Oh yeah, we're 4 episodes in now.
Right, of course. Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
mean. Okay, okay. I did
and
see a spoiler,
what was
but
it?
not a spoiler.
Well,
It's basically confirming that Spider-Man won't show up in the
that's not
TV
really a
series.
spoiler. That's like a whatchamacallit. It's like a
Yeah.
theory, a leak. No one knows anything, you know. Um,
No, no. It's more of like Sony won't allow like Spider-Man showing up in any TV.
the guy who plays the
Yes.
Kingpin was talking about how he wants to be in an MCU film, but of his contract with Marvel and Disney and Sony being weird and complicated.
Yeah.
But I will say this season, out of all the seasons of Daredevil, this season feels very, how can I say? It references a lot of things that are happening in America. If you know, you know. Like, episode 2 is like an entire commentary on a specific thing that is happening to people in the US. Now, you can kind of, I'm sure you can kind of guess what that could
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Kingpin everything is so like, it's almost on the nose that it's almost laughable how like how they're referencing it. You know, they're not saying it
Dude,
out loud, but it's so like
it can be
there.
painful. It can be painful how obvious it could be sometimes because
Yeah.
I started the boy. Have you seen The Boys?
No, I
The
haven't seen that.
Amazon
I
TV
need to
show.
watch that
It's
after.
on. It's basically it's a superhero show based on like real world politics, kind of in a way.
Hmm.
And this season, like the final season, is so on the nose with what it's talking about. Like it's
Yeah.
referencing the manosphere with like men, like the alpha male crap shit, and then AI stuff, and oh, it's so bad. It's just awful. It's so awful.
Like
So hopefully Daredevil isn't as bad when
this
it's
one
like
is kind of it's I feel like it might be on the same level as that, what you're talking about, in terms of like the kingpin and
too
you know
on the
what
nose.
that's happening, you know. It's like, I don't know if I should say it, you know. Should I just say
Yeah,
like
but I get
you
yeah, you
kind
can
of,
reference it.
yeah, you know,
I know what you say.
you know, all I will say is ice and that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Ice,
yeah.
yeah. I'll just say that. But it's so on the nose that I don't know. Part of me just kind of was watching it, being like, "Ah, I don't know how to feel about this. You know, it's like, how much should art, you know, imitate life? Like, how much should
They
art
no, because
like
that's in the
reflect the
boys
real
as well.
world?
They
You
they
know.
they have ice stuff in the boys as well in this
Hmm.
last season. Like, oh, it's
I
just
kind of get it, and you know, if people want to be reminded about that, then yeah. But I don't know, dude. Like, sometimes when I watch shows, I kind of watch it to escape from the real world and to just.
yeah.
And then when you see a lot of these real world stuff inside these shows, it's like, you know,
In a way, it's kind of insulting. Like, yeah, I know there's people getting locked up by ice. But just watch our escaping our reality when our superheroes free these fake ice people. If does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
there's real consequences that are happening in the real life, but they're
Hmm.
like, nah, just don't pay attention to that. Let's just watch our flick.
It's just it
And
actually
then
began with season one. Like the first three seasons never really did that. You know, it never had those like real world commentaries. It felt all kind of
mm,
original and new. You know, like I mean,
yeah,
yeah, you. I don't know. It just like even Frank as a character is pretty original and very unique. You know, I won't say too much about him, but you know, yeah, he's pretty interesting. But I'm sure they could have gone down a very specific route with him, you know,
yeah,
considering what he is, you know, like his whole like motto and all that. I don't know,
yeah.
it's just very how much should art imitate life, you know? Like where is like
Drawing line.
the drawing line? Where's the line? Like how far can it go before it starts to become a little, you know, you know,
Too painfully obvious.
yeah. But regardless, I still like the show. I still like it. I think the characters do a good job at really making me invested. So yeah, that's that. In other news, Dune Part 3. If you wanted to get IMAX tickets, unfortunately, you are out of luck because I think the tickets are sold out.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Like in 5 minutes, I think the BF, what is that cinema in London called?
I don't know.
It's the IMAX one in London. I forgot what it was called. Oh, the London BFI IMAX. Sold out in 5 minutes. As soon as the tickets went on, like it's all sold out. So
God damn,
yeah,
that's 5 minutes is insane, dude.
yeah. But this is for the 70 millimeter IMAX. So this is like
Yeah, special
this is
showing.
essentially the final boss of movie theaters. You know, This is like the
Yeah.
ultimate way to watch movies, according to Nolan and other directors.
The only time I've went to a screening of that size was the Bradford Cinema Museum, I think. And dude, I had to be watching the worst films on there, but that experience was amazing.
I did watch Dune Part 2 in one of the IMAX screens. Not 70 millimeter, but like a standard IMAX. But even standard is pretty mind boggling,
Yeah.
to watch. I like how they just fill up the whole screen. It's so gigantic. Some people are starting to sell their tickets online for $1,000.
I saw that as well. That's crazy, dude. I think they sold it, right? So somebody
I think
bought it.
so. Yes, it's sold.
Just yeah, wow.
Crazy.
That's
That's crazy.
yeah.
At least
I
that
mean, if there's
person's
an
got.
audience for it,
Yeah,
then yeah, crazy.
cool. But yeah, I think that is all the main topics. I think the other topics, involve One Piece, but we can talk about that as we go along. But let's talk about this one topic before we jump into the main ranking. Did you hear about the controversy involving which studio?
Oh yes, yeah,
Like a
I
couple of days
did,
ago.
and I
Yeah,
agree. I agree.
crazy.
It looks too washed out, man.
So
It
there's
does not
two
look good.
controversies actually. So yes, the first one was the teaser trailer for the One Piece remake. Now this trailer is basically just showing us same clips from the first one that came out a couple of years ago, but you do have a
Yeah, yeah,
couple of new scenes here, like this one of Luffy. That's new, and then you have this one of the ocean. That's another new one, and then this one is a new with Nami and Luffy in Orange Town, and this one's also new, the boats, and this one with Buggy and Shanks in their little flashback.
yeah.
That's a new one, but the rest are kind of
Does
like
look,
repeated.
yeah,
But yeah, the
it
the
does look
controversy
cozy.
comes from the character designs. I mean, Luffy looks like he's in Gear 2 already. Like,
Yeah, unless they make him extremely red or something, like just to make it look different. But yeah, he looks like he's in it.
Zoro. Wow, what's going on with Zoro right there? Like,
Everyone's just lost their melanin. Is
Nami and
the sun's
Sanji, of
out and
course,
it's just
look the same,
look at her weight.
except the waist.
It's yeah, it's so
It's like all of her organs are just gone. It's like somebody got a vacuum and just like her back should be breaking right now. Like it should just snap off. Like,
yes, exactly.
but Usopp is like this is where people are mad. Like this
This was like
Usopp.
a racial character
Yeah,
caricature.
I feel like the
Like
lips are even more exaggerated in this one than they were in
yeah,
the original, and people are mad about it. It's just it's just not good. It's not good. It's one of the things I loved about the pre-time skip One Piece is how all the Straw Hats had very different skin tones. They all didn't look the same. All unique.
now they're all related.
Now they all look the same. Yeah, it's just not good. But in defense of this, these designs look like they are watercolorings. And I think watercolors naturally look washed out. So I don't think this is the final look. This is just more of like a concept. So, you
Oh,
know,
interesting.
just gotta like wait until we see like the official like show looking like this. Because this is like this
Is
feels
there a
very
release date
sketchy.
for this?
No, there's no release date. No release
Okay,
date so
so
far.
okay, then that's they have. I guess they have time to change this from
Yeah.
the blowback. But then again, like I don't think they care. People are hating on it because Toei don't give a crap
Oh no,
about
Toei are going their
the
own way. They don't care. They're just gonna do what they're gonna do.
yeah Yeah, Terry doesn't. Yeah, I feel like all Japanese studios don't care whether it be anime, TV, film, or games. They just don't listen to any criticism or feedback. They
They
do
only
their
listen
own
to
stuff.
their fans in Japan. Like I know with Chainsaw Man, they listened to the fans who were Japanese because they hated the season one art style. Then they had to get rid of the director and get a new one, and then yeah, got a new art style.
Just
So
insane.
they don't care about the
Yeah.
Western fans' opinions. They only care about like because these shows at the end of the day are made for the Japanese audience, not for Americanos and
And I
the
like that, to
British.
be honest with
Yeah,
you. I think that's what makes it more appealing.
yeah,
When they start trying to pattern it towards
the
Western
Western.
audience,
It,
it's not unique
yeah, it starts to look.
anymore.
It just starts to become a Western series. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things even in the main series that would not fly by. You know, will Luffy punch Vivi in Alabasta like he did in the
Nah,
anime? I don't think
yeah,
so.
that's not happening. I
That's
think
not
the
happening.
reverse will happen. I think BB will probably
Yeah,
punch Luffy, to be
I
honest
think
with
she
you.
would slap him or punch him because, yeah, that's not gonna fly well. I'd be shocked if they did that, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're not gonna do that. And yeah, speaking of One Piece, we just made as well. Oh, sorry, before that, which studio were also accused of using AI in one of their animes that came out?
Oh, I heard of this,
Yeah,
right. Is there like a specific scene they used it in?
yeah, it's like
Or
where was it? It was like the opening theme
I don't
song of
oh, was it just a
Adolescence.
song?
Yeah, it was in the intro. It was like a background. Let me see
Oh,
if I can
interesting.
find it. Yeah, this one right here. So it's the background that was AI of this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it looks so good as well. AI is so dangerous.
yeah,
Yeah, so good. But you know what they say? When everything looks too good, nothing looks too good.
yeah.
You know? It's just nothing will be special anymore because you've seen it so much. And I feel like if we keep using AI and then just to like enhance everything, nothing will feel special anymore,
That's why
and it
people
will
like
just
this
blink.
show, Ranking of Kings, because it doesn't look as polished or it doesn't look like your traditional anime. It looks very toony, and I think that's why people like this show a lot. So I think a lot of animes need to start changing their art styles a bit.
Because like if everything starts to look like Jujutsu Kaisen season 3,
Yeah.
and then it's I don't know, man. It just loses its appeal.
I'm starting to call it the Marper effect because if you look at like the art for JJK, like look at the designs, the outlines, the color palettes. Then you look at something like Solo Leveling
Right.
season 2. Like look at the outlines and the color palette. It does looks very samey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like they should
We're not going to
start.
be seeing Solo Leveling till like 2027 or 8.
Yeah, we're not going to see that for a long time.
And by then, the hype's already lost.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Animes need to start looking more like JoJo Bizarre Adventure, the Phantom Blood arc. Like they
Oh
need to
God,
start
do we
looking
want to talk about this season? Was it the season 8 or 7, whatever it is on
part 7.
Netflix? Did you
Did you
hear
see
about the
it?
news?
Oh yeah, they're doing it weekly apparently. Yeah.
It's not weekly.
Well, they're releasing it later. What was the new?
I think they're still working on the episode. Is what the update was.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of updates. So it's like Netflix said that currently in production, but it will be coming out weekly in the full season. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. I do like the fact that it's going to be weekly, but they're going to release it in stages. So we don't know how many episodes will be in a stage. It could be 4 or 5. It could be 12.
Was that the Sharingan? What?
What was that?
The guy that poster. Did the guy have a Sharingan? I'm so confused.
Sharingan. Let me see.
Yeah, don't type it in. Wait. It's related to
Oh, this one. Yeah.
yeah. What
Yeah,
is
that's
that?
the meme. That's the is it the Joseph Joestar
Oh, it's
meme?
not. Oh, that's not an official image.
No, no, it's like someone
This is on.
edited it.
Oh,
Yeah. It's just
oh.
the fans memeing on Netflix, just telling them to release the new episodes. Just like a little meme thing that's been going on. Not
That was
official.
so confusing.
Yeah. But yeah, after Steel Ball Run came out, I started to go back and rewatch the original season for
Oh,
JoJo.
you have.
Yeah. And I've seen it. I've seen the first part for the second or third time now, I think. Because I want to watch it all before Steel Ball Run officially comes out. And I'm not going to
Was
lie,
it as
dude.
good as people have said? Is it good?
I mean, I finished part one. It's pretty damn good. It's actually close to being amazing, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay, I
like
have to get my
this
list. Well,
show
I
is
have to put. I'm putting Five Force down.
far better than Fire
Definitely.
Force. Like at least for part one, like this show is so much. It's, I think because they're all adults, so the storyline naturally is a little bit more mature. Yeah, you got some goofy scenes
Right.
here and there, but it's so good. It's so good. Like, oh man, it's really good. Like stuff happens that I won't say too much. I won't say too much, but it's just at least watch part one because part one is only 10 episodes. So the thing I like about this show is that each season is its own story. Well, at least from to my knowledge, you know, because I
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen in part seven. But each this season it's its own story. So it's almost like a long movie. Part one. It's
Oh,
like,
which version of JoJo's are you watching? Because is there like two different versions, like an old one and then like a new, like a Hunter x Hunter
oh yeah.
situation?
So JoJo, I think the first part, the original show came out in the 90s. This one is like the definitive version. This is the one that is basically what Steel Ball Run is coming from, essentially. So
Okay. What
this
is it
one
called?
came. So if you have Netflix, just type in JoJo Bizarre Adventure. It should just
Oh,
come
okay.
out. When did Phantom Blood come out? I'm quite curious. JoJo Bizarre Ad Anime. So this one came out in 2012 and it's just been going on since then. What I like about it is that the art style kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan with the white highlights on the characters and a bit of Dragon Ball Z. It has that sort of like
Yeah, I
shiny
see
look
the
to it.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like a very shiny look to it. But yeah, I won't say too much about this. I just say, so how much of Fire Force did you see actually? I'm kind of curious now.
Dude, I was struggling to get past episode 6, and I thought to myself, if I'm not liking it now, let's just put it on a little break. I just couldn't get through episode 6. I just don't like any of the characters.
Yeah,
And
that's,
because we don't
yeah.
spend time with the characters, we just keep we everything's on turbo speed, like pushing the plot forward, but we're not like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, you're
even
not
know
gonna
any of them.
get, it's pretty much gonna be the same, you know, in my
Like I'm the
opinion.
main character and I'm just gonna win.
Yep.
Ah, anime, you know, like
It's very, it's basically all the cliches in every single shonen series, you know. The hot-headed main character, the fan service gal, the action is pretty cool, but yeah, if you don't like the show now, I don't know if you're gonna like it later on, you know.
episode 6 was so painful to get through, and I thought I'm just gonna have a little break.
Yeah,
Yeah, just put on a hiatus.
I kind of wish I did that because I mean, I did like the final few episodes in the final season, but I don't know if it's worth it, you know.
I don't. It doesn't sound
It's
like
very,
it.
all I'm going to say is that it's a very predictable ending. What you think is going to happen will happen. It's a shonen, you know, and shonens don't tend to go against the flow. They don't tend to be anything different than what it is, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of wish more shonens did actually have that kind of twistiness to it, you know, like Attack on Titan. But Attack on Titan isn't shonen; it's a seinen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't count. But other shonen jump series that do that, I thought Tokyo Ghoul used to do that when I watched it. The first 6 episodes of that, I thought it kind of was doing something a bit different. But I heard a lot of people hated the way the show went beyond season 1, so I just fell off it.
Wait, what was that again? Sorry, what show?
Oh, Tokyo
Oh,
Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, because I read the manga for this, and it's completely different from the anime. So yeah, just dude, read the manga. The manga,
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's so good.
The
I
only
need to
oh,
read.
sorry.
Oh,
Go
I
on.
just need to read a sequel to Tokyo Ghoul. That's it, Tokyo Ghoul RE.
Okay. Is it
Yes,
finished? Like completed? Or is it
it's
ongoing?
completed. The whole series is finished. Yeah.
Okay, I might. After JoJo, maybe I might check this one out. The only shonen series that I know guaranteed that does go against the modern sort of shonen vibe is Neon Genesis Evangelion.
No spoilers, please.
Yeah, I
I
won't.
still need to
In
see
fact, I
this.
won't type it in.
I just,
Yeah,
yeah,
this is
I
the
need to, bro,
only. It's the only
because a lot
one.
of people talk about it as well.
Yeah, there's a good reason as to why that is. That one is very. I think it's a masterpiece in my opinion, if I'm going to
Yeah.
be honest. But I don't want to hype it up too much for you, you know? I almost recommend you watching that before JoJo, if I'm going to be honest. Because that was already finished and completed.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it? So I skipped the last two
Yeah, it's the
episodes and
final
watched the
two
film, right?
episodes and just watch the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they had to redo those final 2 episodes and extend the scenes and resolve the characters, you know? Because you'll be very
So
like,
I watched season one, season two,
oh,
and
and it's
then
just one
skipped the last two.
season. It's just one
Oh, it's
season.
just one season.
It's
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
was it 24 episodes? Yeah, 24 episodes it has.
Do I should I just watch the last two episodes and then the film, or just skip it?
I'm going to actually ask Google this. Should you watch the last 2 episodes of Evangelion? So Reddit's saying, my friend recommends that I watch Neon Genesis, skip the last 2 episodes and watch the Evangelion movie. Is that recommended? The top comment says, I'd say no, but because I think Evangelion is an experience.
He says no. Because what I'm more concerned with is if so let's there's 24 episodes, right? So I stop at 22
Oh, you
and
stop
then I
at
put on the
24.
film.
You stop at episode 24 and then skip 25
Oh,
and
the
26.
26.
Yeah, I made a
Oh,
mistake.
the
It's
26
26. Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, I stop. My concern is I stop at 24, put on the film, but then I'm missing some earlier scenes because it happens in episode 25 or something.
You know what, dude? Maybe just watch the whole show because I did watch the whole show like that. I watched episodes 1 to 26 and then I watched the movie. You will watch the final 2 episodes and actually be like, what on earth is this? And then you watch the movie and you'd be like, okay, this is a bit better. So maybe just for like that Evangelion experience, just watch the final 2 episodes. I don't know if it will sour your.
Okay.
I just don't know if it will sour your taste on the show if you watch those 2 episodes. But because
Was it that painful?
it was so bad that the creator got death threats and he was forced to go back and make the movie. You know, that's how bad it was when it came out. You know.
How about yourself? Did the last two episodes ruin the film for you? Ruin your enjoyment?
I was watching them. It's been years since I've last seen it, but I watched them and I was very confused. and I was like, what? Then I watched the movie, and then I'm like, oh, that's better. That's better. This is more what
Oh,
I
fair
thought.
enough.
So you watched the movie sort of imagining that the episodes 24 and
It
25, it's like the movie is like a remake of episodes 24 and 25, essentially.
do you think it's
25 and
a
26.
25? Is 25 and 26 a spoiler for the movie?
That's a
'Cause
good
I
question.
generally don't know what to do.
Um, Gosh, I kind of want to rewatch it now. Let me just quickly read these posts and then I'll confirm that.
Okay.
You know what? I'd just say watch episodes 25 and 26 and then watch the movie and then make your final judgment, on it. Maybe what you can do is watch the whole show and then before you watch the movie, rewatch episode 24 and then watch the movie, if you know what I mean.
So finish at 24,
So
watch the
no,
film, and then
so
go
sorry.
back.
So just watch the whole show as it is, all the way until the
Oh,
end, even the final two episodes. And then after that,
okay.
you rewatch episode 24 and then you watch the movie.
Interesting. So the 25 and 26 don't spoil the film, the movie?
Not really. Not really.
Okay. Okay. So I experience. I'll have the full on. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I'll
I
have
think you
the.
should, because that's how I saw it, because I did watch it like
That's
that.
how everyone.
That's how everyone
That's how
saw it.
everyone saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Okay.
kind of how you're meant to do it. Like, just, it will be a bit jarring, but I'd say to prevent that jarringness, just go back to like 24 before you watch the movie, or maybe just remember episode 24 before you watch the film, if that makes sense.
You know what this sounds like to me? There's like a fork in the road. There's Route A and Route B.
Yeah.
Route A is 20 episodes 25 and 26, and then I go back to the starting point of 24 episode 24, and I
Yeah.
take Route B.
Yeah, essentially it's like that.
That's what
Yeah.
it sounds
It's
like.
just like people are very divided online. I'm reading all these comments. Some people say skip it, some people say don't skip it. So because I watched it all as one, I just say do the same. Have the same experience I did.
Okay, okay. And it didn't. Watching those last two episodes didn't take away your
It,
enjoyment.
at first, when I saw it before the film, I was kind of close to disliking the ending, but then I watched the movie and then I felt better about the show. But it made me wish that I had just seen the movie first. But at the same time, it's been years since I've last seen those episodes, and they do dive. It's very confusing. It's very like they do. The final two episodes do talk about interesting things, but in a very confusing way. But
Okay,
then it's
in a
hard
very
to say.
Japanesey way.
Yeah, I'd just say watch the whole show as it is. Then you might want to rewatch episode 24 and then watch the film and just sort of like separate. So it's kind of like you got two endings essentially. You've got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the failed ending and then the better ending. But it's cool to
Okay.
see like what that first ending was like and why people didn't like it, just so that you can experience the true Evangelion.
Shall I do the reverse and watch the film and then watch 25 and 26?
Oh, I don't know about that. Hmm.
Is there like a huge animation difference between the two?
Oh, they
The
look the
movie and the
same. It's
TV
just
show?
that the movie is
Oh,
a
that's
wider
good.
aspect
That's good.
ratio because it's a film. That's it.
Okay.
So you see
Okay.
more of the image because it's an
And
old
when we
show.
say movie, how long is the movie? Is it like an hour? Is it
How
long?
long is the film? The End of Evangelion. Oh, it's an hour and a half.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought that film was just
Hour and a half.
oh man,
That's more than 2 episodes.
yeah, that's like 4 episodes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
really did expand on a lot, and you will understand why they did that and why the fans were very grateful for that film.
Okay. Damn.
But I kind of want to rewatch it just to, remember,
Experience it
yeah,
again.
re-experience that. So yeah, I think I'd say watch the show. Like if you're gonna watch an anime,
I
this
have to,
is
dude. I will.
yeah,
Too many. I'm seeing too many. Oh, any,
it's like yeah,
sorry. It's just that every time I'm about to watch it, I don't know how or randomly I would see like a random plot spoiler. I'm like and it'll be from nothing. It will be from the completely unanime related subject or whatnot, and then like some sort of media would, oh yeah, this is from Evangelion, and like okay,
oh
that's a
yeah,
random, like, because it feels like Evangelion has influenced a lot of shit, like a lot of
yeah.
things.
Like I think
So
Attack on Titan was inspired by this because of the whole, like like you've seen like the mecha stuff in it, have you?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of very like how there's a
Big.
person inside a big monster thing and they're controlling it. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Okay. Because my hope is like the spoilers that I think I've seen or understand, like I'd forget it and then I'll watch it. I don't know. I'm very confused of what I know and what I.
Yeah, but I think you should watch it almost immediately. Like that is, even I might actually go
Yeah.
back and rewatch it. You know.
You know what? I'll watch it after this podcast.
Yeah,
As
I
soon as
think
this hit
I might
finishes,
even do the
I'll.
same. You know, just looking at these clips, I just want to remember this show again. You know, and I'd say watch the dub. I love the
The
dub.
dub. Oh,
I did.
okay.
You could
Okay.
watch it in
Yeah. Oh,
sub. You
dubs are
could.
good.
You could watch episode 1 in sub and then rewatch it again in dub and see if you like it or don't like it. It's up to you.
Okay.
But I did it. I did watch it in dub and I did like it. You know, I was able to follow the story better when you hear the English because I remember reading it and being like, okay, let me read the text. Let me look at the screen. I don't know if I'm getting old and I just have a hard time reading subtitles sometimes, but
I will say if you do watch Yu-Gi-Oh, you can watch the first series in English dub.
oh yeah. Okay, I'll probably do that after I rewatch Evangelion, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it in because I watched it in dub and it was amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's Evangelion talk. Yeah. But now it is time for the main one, the big one. It's the ranking every One Piece arc from the worst to the best. So I don't know if you have a list of your ranking for One Piece.
We could do that thingy that tier list,
Yeah, that's a good idea actually.
and then we might have a disagreement with it.
Okay,
But
that's a good idea actually.
I think
Yeah.
it'll probably be the better
What I'll
way of
do is
doing
I'll put 2 tier lists. So one for you and one for me.
one from, oh sugar. Okay.
One Piece anime arc tier list. Let me have a look. All right. Because I already did like a ranking for it. Okay, this one's actually pretty good. It has all the arcs, not like the sagas.
Yeah.
Do you know what I found out yesterday? That the Egghead arc is part of the final saga. No, it's not Egghead. Elbaf.
Elbaf.
Because
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
has
This is the final.
it has
saga.
Wano
Yeah.
saga, then you have the Marine saga, and then you have East Blue saga, and then it's just called Final Saga in Elbaf. So I'm like, damn, Oda is ending it. You know,
Yeah, this
that's
isn't. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, but we are officially in the final saga. Yeah.
that's That's very interesting.
Crazy to think about.
Yeah, I'm kind
Yeah.
of shocked about that. I didn't think we are going to be at the end so quickly. Okay, so let me. Okay. Don't know if you can see this screen. One on the
Yeah, I can see
left.
it.
Let me actually.
Do
How
you
am I
want to
going to
just
do
send me the
this?
link? You can send me the link. I can do it on my side. We can
Good
both
idea. Good
discuss it
idea,
together, and then
actually.
I'll just send you a screenshot of what I have.
All right, there you go. That's a good idea. That might actually help a bit better. All right, let me do this and then let me do that. Cool.
Dobby is a free elf.
One Piece. All right.
Sheesh.
East
Okay.
Blue. So, yeah. Okay.
So we're starting at Romance Dawn, right?
Yes, this is like the first few episodes when Luffy is meeting Nami and Zoro for the first time and then Buggy comes along. So, where would you rank that?
All right. From okay, this is based off the anime and not the manga. Okay.
Yeah.
And up until this time, I've been watching a lot of anime. I've been watching Naruto, Death Note, um, I guess Demon Slayer. No, not Demon Slayer. No, Tokyo Ghoul. A lot of the mainstream anime Code Geass.
Oh,
And then I
yeah.
get onto One Piece because there's a lot of talk about One Piece. And bro, Romance Dawn, these first few seasons or episodes were ass, bro. It was painful. I have to put this at D. I
D.
have to put this at D. It was
Damn.
the pacing was so slow, but everyone kept telling me to just push through it. I'm glad I
Damn.
did, but Romance Dawn was slow. So I have to put it at D. It wasn't good.
I kind of had the exact opposite reaction to you. The moment Luffy jumped from the barrel in Romance Dawn, I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm locked in. I like this guy. I don't know what he's about, but he has so much energy. The arc, when you compare it to the rest of One Piece, it's not as good as those arcs, but I still felt like it was enjoyable enough that I wanted to continue with the show. And because of that, I might put it on a B. You know, I've just got to, you know. I also
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the illustrations, like the way they designed the backgrounds in those early episodes. You know, it was very like a watercoloring
It
children's
was a
book
very
style.
90s anime. That's
Yeah.
what that is. This is a very 90s anime. So I felt like you're watching Dragon Ball in
Yeah.
some instances because of like how similar it looks. And the way it sounds, the sound design as well. Like when people walked back then, it sounded like horse hooves. Like
Yeah.
it sounded like horses. It was very outdated, these early seasons. But then it started getting better, better and better. I think it was they were still trying to figure themselves out at that moment,
Yeah.
but it was rough watching it back.
I think I like the aesthetic of it. I like how
The
soft and
aesthetic's nice.
yeah, like the
Wait, yeah,
Buggy and Shanks like flashback. It felt like like you're reading like a book, like the way
yeah, yeah.
they're drawn and the color palette. Luffy, I will say, his character was very odd in this arc. Like he was very crazy, you know. Like he wasn't the Luffy we're used to now, who's a little bit more compassionate at times. He was just very much like, I don't know how to explain it, but he always
He
had this
didn't
like
feel like an
craziness.
idiot.
Yeah. He
He
had this like
didn't see like
craziness.
like Luffy. Luffy right now is way too laid back because he's
Hmm.
so powerful and strong.
Yeah.
This one, he was very active, moving around because he was alone, I guess, and he didn't have his crew to help him out. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I
weird.
think
Yeah,
so.
he's very different to what he is now.
Yeah.
He's way more laid back.
And I don't know if I
And
liked that or not. Like there were times when he was kind of scary in these early episodes, like especially during the Arlong Park. Like the way they would design his face when he was serious. Like, let me try and find Luffy's serious face. There's like one particular face he made in the pre-time skip. Pre, like a face like that. Like look at that. Like
ah,
There's another one, but I can't find it. But yeah, like Luffy kind of had this, like there was like an aura he had during these early episodes. He was very unpredictable, I think, because in these episodes you don't really know. Luffy doesn't really have a whole lot of like internal dialogue, you know. He kind of just says
Yeah.
what he thinks, essentially. But yeah.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen like these early seasons because I've never went back to them.
Oh, I did.
Like how I like go back to watch like Code Geass and Naruto. I've never went back to watch so rough and so painful to get through.
Yeah, after the live action season one, I decided to rewatch the whole show again.
Which is funny because I like the live action season. Because even
Yeah.
though it's like retracing these same steps but in a live action format, it's I liked it, dude. It's so good.
Yeah. I
Uh,
did. Yeah, I did prefer that. But yeah, Orange Town is kind of like the same. It's the same arc. It's basically where he meets Kobe and that dog and that
yeah,
girl, and then Nami joins, and then he gets kidnapped, and then he's in the cage. Basically, it's these episodes. These are very like whatever episodes. Like, oh, that's when he meets Buggy. You know,
yeah. I will put it the same place as Romance Dawn. To be honest, it's the
I'd
same.
I'd put it at B as well. Like, well, you have it at D, but I'm gonna put it at B.
I have it at D.
Yeah. I think I like it a little bit more than Romance Dawn. There was a little bit more action happening in these episodes. But let's just move on to Syrup Village, which is the Usopp arc, where they meet Usopp. And
Yeah, Usopp, incredible. Like even when you see him, he's funny. And then you meet the villains of this island, and I'm like, cat people, really, dude?
yeah,
I thought the villains were so whack, dude. It's just, and then that final that fight with Luffy and the cat guy. I'm like, come on, this should not be serious. This just beat him and move on. And I feel like this. I don't think we've ever seen a villain as bad as the cat guy
yeah. What's his name?
ever.
The claw. His Kudos.
I
I
have
forgot.
no idea.
Yeah, I think that was his name. But yeah, um,
And very predictable that he was going to be a bad guy. One Piece does that a lot. Where there's a good guy, and then it turns out he's a bad guy. They do it a lot.
I will say this. This did feel very Saturday morning cartoon, like this entire arc.
Yeah.
You know, like I I think when it began, I didn't mind it so much, but then there were kids in here that were just being weird and annoying, and then I don't know, it just felt a bit eh.
Usopp was the only shining
Yeah, Usopp was
moment in
great. I
this
like
arc.
Usopp and Kaya's sort of friendship in the show. That was nice. But I just was like, I don't really have much of an opinion on this arc, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this one
And this is
at,
where they get their boat as well. I'll
yeah,
put it at a higher D, a higher.
I
I'll
put it
put
at
it
like a,
above romance.
I think I'm going to put this one at a, yeah, I think I put it at a C.
Okay, wow, you put it below Orange Town and
Yeah, I
romance.
think I
That's
liked it a
fine.
little less.
I put it in the
I
same
hate I
tier,
hated
but
the
higher.
villain. There was a
Yeah, the
Michael,
villain was a
yeah,
point. Yeah.
there was like a Michael Jackson style villain as well, which was a bit, like the animation on him was so ropey when he was moonwalking.
Oh, I remember that. Oh
Yeah,
wow, I erased that from my memory, and you brought it back.
yeah.
Wow.
The only great thing about this arc again is the aesthetic. I mean, some of the backgrounds look really great in this arc. Like look at that.
Yeah, that's
Look at the
good.
night. Look
That
at the
is,
colors.
yeah.
Like they're so good. So I will give it that. But yeah, onto the Baratier. So that's when we meet Sanji, and that's when we get his whole backstory and all that. And then he fights. That's when Zoro fights Mihawk, and then he's like swearing to
Yeah.
Luffy that he will become a great swordsman and follow him to be Pirate King. And then Don Krieg is here. Where would you rank this?
Um, and this for me is where it started become a turning point. Like, oh, I'm seeing potential in this anime. I see why people, love this series. But for me, I wasn't fully on board yet. I was close to dropping it, but this arc sort of pulled me back in and gave me hope. I am going to put it at C. It wasn't the greatest, but it was still entertaining and good. So I'll put it at C. I like the Sanji. The only thing this arc has for me is Sanji's backstory. I didn't really care about anyone else. I didn't really care about Mihawk fighting Zoro because at that time I didn't really care about the characters
Yeah.
or how important they would be. But at the time watching it, I didn't see the importance of it. And Sanji's backstory was the only thing that I'm like, whoa, that's insane. He ate his leg. He
Yeah.
chopped off his leg and fed it to him. Whoa.
I mean, the
That's
anime kind of like censored that bit, but the live action actually fixed that, and they actually do confirm that, yeah, he did eat his leg.
I thought it was obvious
Yeah.
that he ate his leg.
And I will say this, regarding the live action, I think the Usopp arc is way better in live action than it was in the anime. Like, they fixed so
I
many
don't
of the
even- yeah.
issues that I had with that arc. And even the Baratie, I think I prefer in live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live action is good.
Yeah. But I think this arc, looking at the clips, I just remember disliking the moment Don Krieg shows up and then he has to
Concrete,
fight.
Yeah, too many weak ass villains.
Yeah.
Dude. It's just
This is when I started to notice the pacing, because when Luffy was fighting him, it keeps cutting back to the people who are in the ocean, like watching them. Like, it had such a weird sort of vibe, like very sluggish, and it became kind of like, ugh. By the end of this arc, I was sort of over it, and I wanted it to end. So I just think it was a bit dull towards the end,
And
if I'm going to be
Zoro
honest.
had his two crewmates as well, the bounty hunters. Dude.
Yeah,
It was
they were
very
a little
random. It was-
random and annoying.
yeah.
So
Aniki. Yeah, it's
I
not
might put this, it's like a tie between Syrup Village and that. So I'm just going to put it at C, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, now we come to the Arlong Park arc with Nami. And
yeah.
that's when we meet Nochiko and we start learning more about Nami's backstory. Arlong is an absolute menace in this arc, and you start to understand Nami a bit more. And yeah, this is when the backstory starts to really hit deep,
Yeah. Yeah. This arc is where I'm like, okay, I am fully on board with this series. Like, this is so sick. And then seeing Arlong for the first time and his race, I'm like, whoa, people like this exist here?
Yeah.
This is sick.
This is when
And
the
then we
Straw
get to,
Hats
like-
were really like, okay, they are down for the business. Like, Luffy was pretty awesome in this arc, He had a lot of great scenes.
Yeah. And we get Nami's backstory, and it's just like, bro, that broke me. Dude, I'd have to put this at A. It was good.
Yeah, I might do the same thing as well. I think it's going to be A. I think it's a great arc. And the pacing wasn't that bad from my memory. I actually felt like it flowed pretty decently. Like, it wasn't too long, but it wasn't too short either,
Yeah, this was like episode. When did we reach Arlong Park? Was it like episode 30 or something?
I think the Sanji arc was 30. It could have been like late 30s. When
It
did
was like 40s
Arlong
to 60 or
Park
something. So it
anime
wasn't the long
begin?
arc.
Yeah, episode 31 is when it began. Episode 31 to 44. Very short.
Yeah, short.
Very
Very
short.
short, yeah.
That's why I liked it, And then, yeah, that's when we move to Logtown, which is the last of the East Blue Saga, where Zoro gets his sword. He meets, we get a bit of his backstory, where we see what happened to his friend, who the fandom keep memeing about, who fell down the stairs.
Worst backstory in
Yeah.
the entire show. Dude. Like, what?
And then we get a pretty awesome scene with Buggy and Luffy. He's about to get executed, and the lightning strikes, and then everyone's like, oh, this guy, who was he, Dragon's watching the whole situation, and then he meets Smoker.
We
So
get
much
an
happens.
introduction to like different types of devil fruits. Like this guy's unbeatable. How do you beat somebody up that has smoke powers? Like just go kill
Yeah.
him. This is insane, dude.
Yeah,
This
that
is
was.
yeah. Devil fruit powers are getting into a territory where it's again very powerful now. Um,
Yeah,
I
this.
would put this at B. I would put this at B. It
Um.
was good, not all along park good.
Oh, I
It
thought
was
this
just
was.
like a nice introduction to Smoker.
I think I like this way more than Arlon Park. I think this is like a high A for me. Like, this is the art that really introduced us to the world more, like the Marines and what they're all about. Like, it really does establish a lot of what the show's going to be, you know. And then you have the iconic scene where they are all vowing their dreams on the boat, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that's East Blue Saga. Now we go to Reverse Mountain. So that's the arc where they meet Laboon, you know?
Laboon, yeah.
Yeah. Where would you put this?
The Laboon arc, it's funny. I didn't really care. I thought anything that isn't human and has like a sad backstory, I don't really care for as much, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't care for Going Merry. I didn't care about Laboon. It's only the element when you find out that Brooke was related to Laboon, which makes it
Yeah.
retrospectively much greater. But without knowing any of that information, but finding out the Straw Hats are stuck in a whale and they're trying to escape it, I thought that was boring. Like, it's like a
Yeah.
giant stop sign, like holding them from carrying on from their journey. It wasn't terrible, but I wanted them to just progress and just keep moving on.
Yeah, I don't really have much
So
to say with this arc. We do get introduced to Vivi, though, who's portrayed as a villain in this arc, but
yeah,
yeah, it's a bit This feels like a filler, but then you realize it's not with Brooke's involvement.
yeah.
But yeah, I kind of don't know how to feel
I'll put it
about
at
this
B. It
arc.
wasn't worst, but I'll put it behind, for me, behind Lockdown. At B.
I would say Reverse Mountain would be. It's better. I do like it a bit more. At least this one felt. I don't know. No. Alan Park was too good, actually. I'll put it at high B. High B is good. Cool. Next up, we've got Whiskey Peak. What's Whiskey Peak Peak? That's when we are introduced to who Vivi is as a character. Zoro is going crazy in this arc. And Luffy and Zoro have a controversial fight that the fandom don't like. You know? Because Luffy accuses Zoro of murdering someone that Luffy liked. But it was a big misunderstanding, you know? And then that's when Robin comes in as well. And she kills, quote unquote, kills Vivi's sort of buddy guy. Yeah. What do you think about
Yeah,
this
I'm
arc?
going to be honest with you. I don't remember much of this arc at all
It's
in the
pretty much
anime.
like the
Like, I
live action,
remember.
if I'm being honest. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it
kind of one
is.
to
It
one.
looks like it
Yeah,
from what
except for
I'm looking
the
at.
fight that
Except,
Luffy and
yeah.
Zoro have. But yeah,
Because, like, with All Along Park, because I haven't rewatched any of these seasons or arcs before, right? But they
yeah,
only, like, some do stick out, like All Along's Park and Briartier and Logtown. But this one, Whiskey Peak, I don't remember this at all in the anime. It's just, I don't, so I'm gonna have to rate it lower because it doesn't. I don't know, man.
yeah.
I just
It's
I
been a
don't
long
think
time.
much of it. I guess
Yeah,
so. I put it at C. It didn't like impact me as much as the other arcs, so I'll just put it at C because it's not bad, but I don't remember it as much.
yeah, yeah. When was the last time you did see like all of these early episodes, if you remember?
Like 2015,
Damn. Yeah, I don't
or
blame you
probably
then.
even earlier.
I mean, I saw this like in 2023, 2024, so this is still kind of recent to me. But yeah, this arc I kind of liked quite a bit. I think I liked it more than reverse mounting, so I'm gonna give it a high. Uh, do I like it more than Arlong? Maybe actually. I do like the sort of like subverting expectations where the Straw Hats are invited, everyone loves them, we love pirates, but then in reality they're actually there to kill them and steal their gold, you know. And I like the twist that Vivi is a
It's
princess, you know,
yeah, it's
and
another trope where good guys are turned out to be bad guys.
yeah. But at the time when I
It's
watched it, I just thought it was very interesting, you know. When you're watching it in the moment, you don't really think about it. And then Robin is
yeah.
there being all cool, and yeah, I just like this arc a lot. I like the aesthetic as well, which was it's going to be a trending thing for me to say, the aesthetic, but yeah. But yeah, next up, Little Garden. That's when we meet the giants, you know. They're like on the giant island, and you got Dory and Broggy, pretty much like the live action as well, you know. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, again, I don't remember much of it. I mean, I'm thankful for the live action if it is one to one, I
It's
guess.
pretty
But
much one to one. Some things are a little different here and there, but it's pretty much the same.
yeah, the only thing I genuinely remember from the anime are the giants when we first see them. Other than that, the rest are just blank. Oh no, I do remember Zoro fighting the steel guy. Is that in this, or is that a different arc?
Was it Mr. Free? Oh, that might have been the other arc.
That might be a future arc then. Yeah, I don't remember much in this arc then,
Yeah,
except for the giant introduction. Like, oh, these guys are huge. What
yeah,
the hell? This world is crazy.
yeah. It's kind of crazy that
And
Elbath was teased way back in like the year 2000, because that's when this
yeah,
episode came out, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, this arc I'm gonna have to put like
let's
probably
see.
this might be my least favorite out of all of them so far. I just felt like it was a bit dull, you know. Even in the live action, I didn't like it that much, you know. I just kind of wanted it to be over. But yeah, that's that. Next up, where would you rank it, dude? Did you say?
Oh, I put it at C. Little Gardens at C.
Okay. Little Gardens at Sea. Cool, cool, cool. Right. So next up, we've got the Drum Island arc, which is where we meet Chopper for the first time. And that's when Nami gets sick and ill. They have to find a doctor. And yeah, Chopper's backstory is all sad. You know, he was rejected by the reindeers. Was hated by the humans. He met Dr. Hidalok. Walpole sucks. Um, yeah, I
This arc sucks. I'm gonna be real with you. Except for Chopper's backstory, this arc sucks as well, man.
yeah, I kind of agree. It's not that great. It's very forgettable. You know, Chopper's backstory was the highlight, and again the live action did fix the. It went on for a bit too long, longer than it needed to be. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would put it at better than Syrup Village, but not as good as the other ones. Like a high C, high C,
Yeah.
high C. All right. So then next up, we've got Alabasta, the big one, the big one. So that's where they go to Alabasta. Vivi talks about her family, Crocodile, and what is the
Introduction
group?
to Ace.
Like the numbered agents. Ace comes in. They're fighting Crocodile and Robin. Um, so much stuff
It's a
happens in this
long
arc.
arc.
It's a
This
very
was a
long saga,
long.
and we get a bit more into Zora's backstory as well. Like, you know, you see a bit more of him as a kid, and then there's like a whole subplot with Vivi's childhood friend Koza, who I forgot what happened in this bit, but they all think that the king did something bad and then he kills him, but then he doesn't kill him. That bit was very
Looking,
confusing. I forgot what happened.
this is just giving. Ironically, this is giving me Wano flashbacks. how there's like a richer side of
Yeah.
the country, and then there's like a poorer
Yeah,
side
like
of the country.
Koza was like,
It's
yeah,
just
on the poorer side, and
we're just
he
gonna
was angry at the royal guys, but he still loved Vivi because that's his childhood friend. It was a lot. There was a lot happening in this arc, if I'm going to be honest. You know,
yeah.
I kind of wish that it was a little shorter, but when it was at its high, it was pretty high. You know, Vivi was like a main character in this arc. Like she had a lot of cool moments. You know,
Hype moments as well as we see Ace fighting Smoker as well, like Bucky and Logia
yeah,
types fighting each other. That was sick. Like how who's gonna win? Or the
I did forget about
fire or the
that.
smoke?
Yeah,
That was. And then we see Luffy versus
Crocodile.
Crocodile. Looking back, so stupid. Crocodile should have never lost that. Let's be real. Um, the controversial moment with Bell, what is his name? I don't remember. The eagle surviving a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, and everyone hated that. Like they thought that that's when people felt like
That
Oda
guy is
couldn't
dying in the
kill.
live action, by the way.
Yeah,
He is not surviving. He is dying
I
in
hope
live
so.
action.
Yeah. And then Zoro, did he fight Tashigi? Did Robin fight? I forgot who was fighting Tashigi in this bit. But yeah, then we get introduced to the
I do know.
poneglyphs. That's an interesting subplot with the poneglyphs. I did like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, there's just so much was happening in this arc, you know. It got to the point where I was starting to get a little bit tired of it, you know. So I do hope the live action fixes the pacing of this arc, you know.
Yeah.
And even like the Straw Hats battles, you know, were kind of boring. Like Sanji was fighting the kicking guy, which was boring. There's a lot of boring moments, you know.
Yeah, this is the arc where it's like, okay, from now on, we're gonna have Luffy fight the main bad guy. Zoro is gonna fight the right hand man of the bad guy, and then Sanji is gonna fight a stronger opponent.
Yeah.
But and then that's been copied and pasted for so many arcs now. It's
I will
like,
say one of the better parts about this arc was Smoker and Tashigi starting to see the faults in the Marines. And that's when they were starting to be like, okay, the Straw Hats aren't that bad, but we still have to keep chasing them, you know. Because they started to help them out a little bit, you know. And they were
yeah,
realizing like how awful Crocodile was and what he did to the Kingdom of Alabasta. I just think what bogged this show down, this arc down, was like the length. I think it went on for a bit too long. But
yeah.
I will put it at where would I put Alabasta? I was gonna put it at like a high B. I think the highs are just too good. I think maybe a high A, just because the highs were really good.
I'll put it a high B
Yeah,
because there wasn't really any sad backstory.
not really.
The
No.
fight between Luffy and Crocodile was crap. I mean, it was smart that Luffy used his own blood to like. Even that shouldn't have worked either. Like what? He's Logia, dude. Nothing is meant to be stopping Logia
Yeah,
except Hawk.
I did like this bit with the crosses on their arms and then they're all posing for Vivi. That was a nice moment. Then Robin's officially a Straw Hat, which honestly blew my mind, but it was spoiled in the opening, you know, which sucked.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, next we come to Jaya. So the Jaya arc is where it's just before Skypiea, where they meet Blackbeard and Luffy gets beaten up because no one believes in the Skypiea, and then Luffy and Zoro don't want to fight Bellamy because they don't see the point in that. They believe in their
This moment
goals.
was so sick because
Yeah.
when Zoro wanted to fight back and Luffy's like, no,
No.
we're just gonna we're gonna get beaten up. And I'm like agreeing with Nami here. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you guys can easily beat these guys up. What are you guys doing? And then just getting trashed, beaten up, thrown out. And then it was referenced earlier about like Shanks happened to Shanks. The same thing happened to Shanks where he didn't want to like fight in the bar, be
Yeah.
disrespectful in the bar or what. Beating. I'm like, oh, that's genius, dude. That's
Yeah.
so sick. Good. And then they meet Blackbeard. and you don't
Yep.
even know he's Blackbeard yet. Oh, it's so good, dude.
That was
And
such a
this is
good
short.
moment.
This is a short arc as
Very
well. I
short,
don't even
very
think you
tiny
call
arc.
it.
Yeah. And then that's when they
I
meet
would.
the
I give it an A, dude. I
yeah.
give it an A.
Then it kind of leads into the Skypiea stuff. But yeah, I will put this at like huh. Probably a high A actually, you know. Maybe S, but I'm close to giving it an S just because of all the really cool moments
There's
in this
so
arc.
many cool moments, but it's too short.
It is a very
It's
short
not.
arc. And then it's so satisfying
So
seeing Luffy actually like beat up Bellamy in the end, you
knock
know,
down Bellamy,
after
yeah.
he did
Which is
something.
just it happens too often now as
Yeah,
well because like Bellamy comes back two more times, I think, just to get
yeah,
knocked down. Boring and stupid.
yeah. It becomes a running gag.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hated it. Like a cool moment ruined because he
And
turned
then
into a gag.
we get introduced to Doflamingo because he comes to meet Bellamy and all that. So yeah, that's cool. But now we move on to Sky Pier. Sky Pier, they go to the Sky Islands.
And now, what a cool villain!
Oh yeah, and that
What
was
a
awesome.
sick villain! And now, yeah, character design laughable.
Hmm.
Those long ass lobes are weird. It's
Yeah,
just why. Why does he have that character design? I guess if he ate that devil fruit, that his form changes into that. I guess like weird character designs in One Piece in general, but whatever. But the Shandians and the other race, boring, dude. This whole war or whatnot between these two races, boring. I did not like it. The only interesting thing to me was NL, and that's it. He was carrying.
yeah. So for me, this arc was pretty good at the beginning, like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then at the very end, when Luffy defeats Enel, and then they learn about the poneglyphs, pretty good. But everything in between is pretty bad, in my opinion. Like,
Drag. It's a
it's
really
so
painful
bad to
drag.
the point where I think this is the worst arc of One Piece, in my opinion. Might be a
Oh, you
controversial
put
take, but I don't like this
no,
arc
I
one bit. You know, I think it's bad. Like,
do you know what the worst part is as well? Is like the because I was wondering how are they gonna be and now he's made out of lightning. This is the first time where I'm like, oh, might be a genuine roadblock for Luffy. Like, how is he gonna be an L? And then that's the only thing keeping me invested in the Skypiea. And then it was my friend spoiled it for me. Oh yeah, he's made out of rubber, so he's immune to it. Or my that was the only thing keeping me going from watching this arc. That was the only thing that kept me interested in watching Skypiea. And now that was ruined for me because I knew how Luffy was going to win. And then I just put it on in the background
yeah,
up until the fight happened. And then when Luffy did deflect the lightning bolts, it just that moment was gone. It was ruined.
I did like how
Yeah.
Robin was more part of the group in this arc, and they were starting to warm up to her. But this arc just, it honestly felt like filler. Like, because it's set in the sky and it's not set on the mainland, nothing of consequence happens in the main scheme of things. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It just felt like, I just found it so boring, and the pacing was so bad in this arc. I was dozing watching this, like the fights with the villains, and then the fights with the Shandoris and all that. I just wanted it to end. You know, this was not
Yeah, it
for
was
me.
painful.
It was so painful. But that's that arc. It's the worst arc of One Piece so far. Yeah, controversial take, I know. Next
No,
up,
I agree because no, it is the worst arc. Is because we've had so many arcs in between that. Well, since the start, Orange Town or
yeah,
Romance Dawn, and then we get to Skypiea, and then they could have learned from all their previous mistakes, but no, they doubled down, made it longer, and now it's a pile of dog shit. That
yeah,
arc, it's just it's bad. So it is the worst
it
so
is the
far.
worst. But next up, we have Long Ring Long Island arc. This is just before
Yeah,
Water 7. It's basically this
this is a
little.
filler for me. This
It,
was filler.
even though it's canon, people say it's filler,
I
you know.
didn't. I did not care about this arc one bit. I did not care about the games. I did not care about Zoro teaming up with Sanji. I did not care about
But Afro
any of
Luffy
it.
was pretty hype, you know. That was
Oh, that
pretty
was
hype.
funny. Yeah,
That
no,
was
don't get me
funny.
wrong. There are funny moments in
Yeah.
this arc.
And then there's like the long
But,
trees and the long dogs. It's very like, you know, it's very much
oh,
that.
this is the introduction. Yeah, okay. So towards the end, when we get introduction
Yeah,
of
to
Aokiji,
Aokiji. That's
then
at the
it gets
very end.
interesting.
Yeah.
They're now like, oh, shoot,
Yeah.
this guy, oh, he's admiral. Yo, he's got ice powers, dude. He wants a Robin, dude.
Yeah.
What is this? What's going?
But this is
Yeah,
the
that was hype.
arc where they changed the art style because they switched from standard definition to high definition, so it's 1080p. And this might be like my favorite. Well, at least when we get to Water 7, it's when the art starts to become like really nice to look at. Like it becomes one of my more favorite art styles for One Piece.
Yes, I agree
This
with you.
era
Yeah,
of
yeah.
One Piece,
Up
yeah.
until the time skip, this is good.
Well, for me, it's like really up until like, yeah, actually, yeah, up to the time skip, yeah. I think the Marineford arc started to slightly start to change
Yeah,
their art a bit more to the
lose
time
its
skip.
shine. Yeah,
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 especially with
yeah.
Robin. You know, if you noticed the way she looked in towards the end of Marineford, it was like,
How it
okay,
started to look too shiny,
yeah,
like, off-putting,
but
like
yeah,
towards, like, yeah, those arcs.
but yeah, I think I like this arc way more than Skypiea, and I like the games. I
Yeah,
thought they were fun. You know, it was interesting, but it did feel like filler.
I,
I did like it
high
more
C
than,
for me.
yeah, High C, better than Drum Island. I will say that. But now we move to the big one. It's War to 7. War to 7. This is where the show really starts to change. And it really
This
starts
was,
to...
yeah, this is the introduction from one of the most overpowered devil fruits in the show as well. About we could speak about it a bit later. But Water 7, what if this is where One Piece starts hitting its stride.
Yeah.
This is where they start hitting 10 out of 10s,
Yeah,
10
this
out
is
of
like...
10s, 10 out of 10s.
The moment they stepped on the island, I'm like, wow, the design of Water 7 looks so cool. Like, just the way it's just structured and all that. It's just so cool to look at. But
Everything was so interesting, like the world, people, government, that the people inside it. Everything was
yeah,
so good. Like how the bounties of like made, because like taking pictures of the Straw Hats and they're trying to like draw them and stuff. Oh, it's so good.
it was also kind of
Such
like
and
a...
the opening,
Yeah, the opening theme
was
song.
goated.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was also kind of like a
Favorite opening.
mystery series where it's like the people that the Straw Hats thought were good, like Rob Lucci, who's like the mechanic, turns out to be kind of bad, and they're part of like an
But
evil
again, another
organization.
theme, like the people you think are good end
Yeah,
up being bad.
and then Robin's betraying
It's
the
such a
crew.
common trope.
She's leaving, and
But
then
it worked.
it
It
worked.
worked here.
Also,
It actually worked.
the art style was awesome in this arc. Like, I think this is where the characters look their best in One Piece. Like, Robin was at her best in this arc. Nami, like, all of them were looking good in this arc, in my
Yeah, because
opinion.
we get the Cyberpole in the
Cyberpoles.
disguise. Like, yo, who are these people? What are
Yeah.
and then you see the damn bird.
Yeah.
You see the bird land on the shore. Like, yo, it's these guys.
Yeah.
It's these. Oh,
That was a
yo,
crazy plot twist for me.
amazing
Yeah.
reveal.
And then Frankie,
So
I
sick.
also like Frankie's character. He started as a villain because he was the one who beat up Usopp.
Yes.
And-
And look how simple and nice his
Yeah.
character design is as well.
Yeah,
It's
like the fro,
Wow.
very like, yeah, very cool looking dude. Like,
it's Ace Ventura. He's like Jim
yeah,
Carrey.
it's like an
That's what he reminds me
American
of.
type of character. Yeah, and that's when it was because of Frankie doing that, then Usopp got insecure, and then he started to fight Luffy. Then he had that big argument. To this day, people still debate on who was in the right or wrong with Usopp versus Luffy.
So this was mainly about the Going Merry losing its leg, right? It's
Yeah.
like they can't run anymore. It's like being damaged, and then Usopp was like, "No, we can repair her and all this stuff." But it is a weak compared to all the other massive like ships that are out there this is like a baby.
Yeah.
So Usopp's in the wrong. They needed an
I
upgrade.
think he
They
was in the
needed an
wrong as well
upgrade. They needed a
because
better ship.
later on in this arc, he and Frankie have a conversation and he reveals to Frankie that he knew that the Go Mary was damaged and it couldn't be repaired. And then Frankie was like, "But why did you fight the captain?" And then he said it was complicated. And I hated Usopp in that moment because
That
it
was
just
so. That's
it
such a
made the
dumb
entire
reason. That's
fight
such a dumb reason. Oh
so
my god.
insulting. Like that's why towards the end of Enies Lobby, Zoro was like, "We can't bring Usopp back until he apologizes," because Usopp was
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
wrong in that moment. But I kind of like how the Straw Hats are on the run there because everyone's now hating them in this arc because they think that they killed who was the president of this era? Like there was like a mayor. He's Frankie's brother or stepbrother, and they're on the run. Then they find out that Cyberpoles are the ones who did all of this. This entire arc had like a great pacing to it. It felt very. It's like every episode ended on a cliffhanger. It was like, whoa, what happened here? What happened here? It's. I thought this was
Dun, dun,
fantastic.
dun. Yeah.
So this is like an highest tier for me. This is like a perfect arc in my
High
opinion.
S tier. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it. This is S tier. This is the first S tier of the show.
Even the side
100%.
characters were pretty cool as well, like Granny Kokoro and the two
Dude,
kids.
everyone, man, this whole it
Yeah,
was peak,
and
man.
like
Everyone
the
was so
mayor, he was
interesting.
interesting. The villains were interesting. I felt bad for Polly in this arc. This guy, the blonde haired dude, because he was best friends with Rob Lucci, thinking he was like a pal, but then he betrays him, and he's just like his whole life has just been a big lie.
Cyberpol were like deep
Yeah,
undercover, like taking like these weird odd jobs for no reason,
yeah.
but they're actually secretly working for the government because what was their goal for like I don't remember. They had like a hidden goal spying on
Oh,
somebody.
they needed
But,
to. They needed to get Frankie's documents for
oh,
the
all
what was
right,
it, the
weapon.
ancient weapon, and then they were also
Yeah.
trying to get Nico Robin as well. And yeah, it ends with the Straw
Well, Nico
Hats.
Robin would have been a bonus as well because
Oh yeah, because
they
you can
just
read
ended
the
up on that
Poneglyphs.
island.
Yeah, but the Straw Hats then make it their mission to find Robin. They go on that train, which I thought was so cool. Like this whole arc
Yeah,
kind of gave me a Studio Ghibli vibe to it. It's very creative, it's very whimsical, but also kind of action packed and
rounded
grounded in
as
reality.
well.
You got Frankie's
It
backstory
was a
with
nice
Tom,
mixture.
which was really
Everything, yeah.
sad. He gets killed by the Marines. Does he die or does he just get locked into Impel Down? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I
But
think he
yeah,
dies.
yeah,
I think
maybe.
he's dead.
But yeah, this is a perfect arc in my opinion. And then we get Annie's Lobby, which is where things really do go down in this arc. The
A lot of
Annie's Lobby
people have
arc.
Ennis Lobby as Water 7 as one arc
I have it as
for
two
some
arcs
reason.
for me. It's two separate arcs.
Yeah.
But I can
This is
see
another
that.
good one.
Yeah. This is where the Straw Hats really do shine. Like this, I think this is like some of their peak moments. Like Nami has a moment, Chopper has a moment where he transforms for the first time into the monster form, which was awesome. Kind of scary as well. And then
Wait, the
Luffy,
monster form, like the giant form when he's a
yeah,
giant?
it was like a monster looking like demon Godzilla thing.
Oh, was it here?
Yeah,
Or was this first time? I
this is
thought
the
it
first
was in
time.
Thriller Bark. Oh,
No, it
wow.
is the
Okay.
first time because Frankie's trying to like throw him into the ocean to stop him from going crazy. It's a pretty intense moment. Even like the gags in this arc were pretty good.
Oh, the giraffe thing.
The
And then this
giraffe.
Zoro's weird six arm thing that was never
Yeah.
explained for like 1,000 episodes. Like, what was that about? It's
Yeah, I think this was like an artistic
Ashura.
choice.
No, I don't know if it's an artistic choice. That's an actual ability that he has, though.
I just saw it as like an artsy moment of like, it's sort of like what he's imagining to happen,
All right, because he
but
doesn't have. Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Because he doesn't actually have 9 swords, right?
yeah.
So
But yeah, the whole giraffe boy joke to what's his name, Kakuru, that was pretty funny. And then Usopp kind of has a bit of like a character growth where he feels useless, but then Sanji is telling him to just do what you need to do to make a difference. And then Usopp helps with, I don't know, him sniping. What did he do? He sniped the flag down. and
Yeah,
that was a cool
there was a
moment.
hype as well. There's like a build up for this base. It's like no one has attacked this marine base and ever like came out
Yeah,
like safe or whatnot. Like and then obviously it's the Straw Hats that do it,
yeah,
and they, which is crazy by the way, because like you have all these crazy marines and like no one was there. Really, no
hmm
one. Like all these crazy marines we see later post time skip, and no one's there.
yeah. And then
What?
Sanji also has like a moment where his leg starts to fire up for the first time. That's like, this is the introduction to that as well. So,
Yeah, there's like so many things. I'm like, wait, why can Sanji do that? This is weird. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, why
hmm
can Luffy create fire from his rubber? This doesn't make any sense. But it does.
yeah,
Like eventually, thousands episodes later, they do explain it. But
yeah.
at the moment, it's very confusing.
And
It's just
then
like,
that's when he gets Gear 2 and Gear 3 in this arc. And then, of course, we got Nico Robin's whole backstory as well. You know, what happened with her as a kid, you
uh-huh.
know, and everything in, oh, what was the island called that she was a kid in? I forgot the island, but
Ohara.
O'Hara, that's
Ohara.
it. That's when we get introduced to like the elders, I think,
I want to live.
and I Want to Live. Way better moment in dub than in sub, in my opinion. Like if you listen to this in dub, it's a lot more emotional, in my opinion. And I think even the fandom
Okay.
agree with that. But yeah, this is where a lot of interesting stuff. Oh, Spider, what's his name? Snyder. What was this guy's
I don't
name?
know. I have no
Spandex.
idea.
He was
Spondeck,
like a
yeah.
Joffrey type of
Spander?
character. Spander, yeah. He was very Joffrey coded with how slimy and weak he was, but
Before Joffrey as well.
yeah, before Joffrey. Yeah.
And the most broken devil fruit power ever that existed and never used again, the Dodo fruit,
Ah, yeah,
a
yeah.
literal teleporting devil fruit, dude, a literal teleporting
hmm
devil fruit, never used again,
Yeah.
never used again. So why introduce this and never?
The whole Dory and Brogy stuff was a bit to me. I was a bit like I wasn't really feeling all those scenes with him and Usopp, with them and Usopp, but eh. Apart from that, I think this was an excellent arc. It was awesome.
It was good, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
especially like the gear two, like he wasn't fast enough to beat the Dodo man, and then
Yeah.
he got gear two, and like damn hype.
Yeah, the
Hype.
animation was like speeding in this like scene.
Yeah, like you're not fast enough to beat me, and it was just fast, man. He just punched his head.
Yeah. And then there was the bit where Luffy's sort of down on the ground fighting Rob Lucci, and then Usopp comes in to give him
Oh man,
support.
what a goated moment!
Yeah.
Get up,
Get up,
stand up.
stand up.
You can beat him. Stand up. Yo,
Yeah.
what a
That was
oh,
awesome.
so sick, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I've rewinded that moment so many times, man.
hmm
It was so sick.
Yeah. And even Frankie had like a really cool 180. He started as a villain, then he's helping the Straw Hats. Then he burns
A
the.
villain is more. A villain is. I don't know. I wouldn't use the word villain, but more
I saw him as a villain because
prick.
he beats up Usopp, he steals the money. He's kind of like an antagonist to the Straw Hats at first.
Yeah, antagonist. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't evil.
No, he
Uh,
wasn't evil. But
just a dick, a douche.
yeah. I was so shocked that he ended up becoming part of the Straw Hat crew. I did not see that coming. And
I had
then,
a feeling he would be a
oh,
straw
I
hat
had
because
no
every
idea.
arc there
No.
was someone he was joining.
I thought it was going to be probably Parley, the blonde dude. But then they burn down the Mary. It's very sad and emotional. The Mary comes to save them. I don't really know what the Mary is. It's like some sort of spirit.
I, dude, I did not give a crap about the Mary. Everyone just keeps talking about how sad and emotional this moment was, or I just did not give a fuck. I don't know why. I just did not have that attachment
Yeah,
to a boat.
to a boat. But yeah, it was all cool. I liked it. And then they have the party at the end. And then that's when we get introduced to Garp. properly, and we get the big reveal that Luffy and Garp are related, and they're related to Dragon, who's part of the
Yeah, we
Revolutionary
get it.
Army.
We get it here, dude. That's
Hmm.
insane. Live action ruined it this moment, to be
Yeah,
honest with you. I
this
don't
was
know
yeah,
what. Now it has me thinking, if they're revealing Garp is his granddad that early, now I'm thinking they're not gonna go this far in the anime. I mean, in the
yeah.
live action.
I feel like they're gonna
It's got me
speed run
thinking.
a lot of things. You know.
Or it's like I feel like they're gonna be ending the live action a lot sooner or a lot earlier, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like I don't think they're gonna be getting to Water 7 in the live
I
action.
want them to. I really
Maybe
want them to.
maybe they end it before they get to Sky Island. I don't know. But just it's just weird. Why reveal like Garp is his granddad that
This was
early? I
such a
don't get it.
huge twist when I watched it.
Yeah,
I
dude.
was not
Yeah.
expecting that. And then we get introduced to like the world government and who the other
Look
navies
how
and
menacing
people are.
Kaido looks back then.
I
Oh my
know he
goodness.
was a
Kaido,
demon.
look at him. Look at Kaido. What the heck is that? What the heck?
He was an absolute demon back then. But then Kobe comes back and he's all grown up in like a couple of months. Like he went for a huge growth spurt,
Yeah.
had a new
Yes.
voice and all that. And yeah. Oh, we got a bit of Shanks
Oh,
and
introduction to Whitebeard.
Whitebeard. Yeah, I forgot about
Yo.
this. Yeah, Shanks and Whitebeard had like a moment. And then yeah, we get teased Big Mom is in this, and then we get a bit of Ace. Oh, it ends with Ace and Blackbeard fighting on that island. I think that was the last episode
Yeah.
of Water
Yes.
7. Yeah. But then that's when Zoro is like, "Oh, we can't bring back Usopp because he insulted Luffy and all that." I really like this moment, because it really made you think that yeah, Luffy has to be serious sometimes. And he has to look at the reality of things. Zoro was awesome
Yeah.
in this moment, and I agreed with him. I was very happy that Usopp did apologize because that would have been unforgivable if he didn't. But yeah,
I think this is also the arc where a lot of cleavages now. You
yeah,
see
this
a
is
lot of
where they're starting to reveal a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's how Water 7 comes to an end, and the Straw Hats are now wanted by the entire world now properly. So yeah, Eni's lobby.
Oh, Sonji's
Oh yeah,
post.
the face.
It's so funny, dude. That whole gag is funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this at a high S tier. I think I like Water 7
High S
better
tier, man.
because of the
Yeah,
mystery
War
and the
7.
the
Yeah,
sinister
yeah.
vibe to it. Eni's lobby just felt like a satisfying payoff to the events of Water 7. But yeah, these are like top tier arcs in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
And now that's where we get to Thriller Bark.
So personally, dude, okay, it does dip. So yeah, we were hitting 10 out of 10s, but then we get to Thriller Bark and it does dip. We do see, Brooke for the first time. Like, what the hell is that skeleton? What the hell is that? Is that pot? Is it? I don't know. This whole island was weird. Everyone was like a
Yeah.
zombie, the skeleton. Was that guy with the afro part of that as well? No, he's just a separate entity. He
Yeah.
has his own devil fruit. But Brooke's backstory is very sad as well. And then
Oh man, that was
tying it back to
tragic.
Laboon was
Yeah.
very sad.
His whole crew just
And
faded away. Oh, that was so sad.
but Gecko Moria, man, what a trash villain. He's so boring.
I
Gecko
don't I,
Moria
I
is-
don't like him either. Like, I don't like the
Yeah,
voice. I don't like the design. Yeah, it
This
was
is just
weird.
this is like a Halloween themed arc. If anything, it was just boring.
It was a very
His
like
monster
Scooby Doo type of arc, with all the ghouls and the
Yeah.
zombies.
without the mystery though as well.
Yeah, without the mystery. There was no
And-
mystery.
And then we saw Monster Luffy at some point. It was weird.
Yeah.
This was okay. This arc has reminded me of time skip arcs where we just go onto an island for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
You just to run around, cause havoc and all this stuff. It's just like a side adventure. It's
Yeah.
like a side quest. I hated it. Not a fan.
Yeah, this arc was a little bit. It reminded me of Skype here as well. With there was so many things in between. There was like a whole arc where there was this dude with the lion mask who wanted to marry Nami, and then
Oh yeah.
that's when Nami meets Big Mom's daughter, I think. And then there's the whole little fight with what was her
Wait,
name?
Big Mom's daughter?
Yeah, like Lola. Wasn't she in this arc? I'm trying to.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I forgot about
yeah.
her. Yeah, dude. Completely forgot about it.
Usopp and her fight was pretty fun though. Like I did like their fight from
Oh,
memory.
Thousand Ton Hammer. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that was a
good.
funny ending to that fight. But then at least it does end quite well with Kuma showing up,
But yeah,
and
Kuma,
then
aka Pooh.
Zoro is like taking in all of Luffy's pain and all that. Like that was a pretty intense moment.
Yeah. Kuma testing them to see if the Straw Hats are truly worthy of
Yeah.
protecting their leader or whatnot. That was
Yeah, this is Lola. Yeah.
yeah, Lola.
Yeah,
God,
that's it.
how can anyone forget Lola?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what the? Jeez. No, but Lola is a goated character as well.
Yeah.
I would give this in C. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't care much of Thriller Bark.
Yeah, me too. I sort of almost forgot it existed, until now. If I'm going to rank it, I will say it is just behind Long Ring Longland in front of Drum Island, I think. I,
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
because
just
it's
having Frankie
backstory,
and Robin
Kuma.
here, it added a bit more character to the whole arc. There are more Straw Hats now, so it's a bit
And
more
we got the
interesting.
docking scene as well in this.
Yeah,
Yeah, joining the crew.
yeah, that's right. And then Laboon, the reveal, that was all good. But now we head into Sabodi Archipelago. I think that's what it's called.
Archipelago.
Archipelago. I love the look of this place. It's so.
This is an
It's like
S
it's
rank,
like
dude.
Disneyland.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, even the side characters are all fun in this arc.
Yeah, we see Hachi again. Like, yo,
Hachi,
you were terrorizing us back in
yeah,
Richmond Island. What are you
he
doing
has a
here?
whole redemption arc in this bit. And Nami's like forgiving him, flipping of all that. And then that's when we get to see what's his name, Kizaru.
The
He's in
worst,
this,
yeah, the Kizaru, another admiral, and then we get this an introduction to the worst
the
generation
worst
of
generation.
pirates.
Yeah,
Why were they called the worst generation again? I don't even
I think
remember
it's
why.
because they are the ones who are causing the most chaos in the world at the same
At
time.
this current moment.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So introduced to Bonnie and Law. I haven't seen Law in the anime in a long time. And there's Kid's partner. What's the Godfather dude called?
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
so dumb. Wait, why is he called the worst generation? Because he's been active for years, bro. He's not even on the same age group. What the hell is it? Somebody doesn't belong
yeah.
here. It's him.
And
He's
then there was the Angel Man. I forgot his name. And one of them was like a traitor to Kid. I don't remember who it was. Was it this dude? Or am I misremembering the characters?
a traitor to Kid,
Because
the
in the
red-haired
Wano
guy.
arc, Kid was trying to locate someone who betrayed them.
Oh, or was it Killer? Because he ate the smile fruit or
Maybe.
something? I don't know.
Not him. He was like a brother to him. It was someone else.
Was it a DJ guy? The DJ?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Because there was both of them on that one, the DJ guy and the straw guy.
Yeah. This dude with the angel wings, I don't even remember what he did after this arc.
He went onto that island and he saw Kaido for the first time, and then
Ah,
Kaido tried to kill
yeah.
him for
That's it.
some
That's
reason.
it.
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Roge is his name.
Yeah,
Roge.
Roge. Then this guy, the magician guy, was he the traitor?
I have no idea.
I'm
But
misremembering.
we'll
Yeah.
talk about it soon. But yeah, I don't know who the trader was. Oh, we get
But
Rayleigh
Rayleigh,
introduction as well. Yeah,
yeah.
Rayleigh.
This is the moment where you're
So
like,
good, Rayleigh.
oh, the One Piece could have been revealed here if Rayleigh had said something, you know? But Luffy's like, no, I don't want to be spoiled by the ending of that. We will find out ourselves.
Yeah,
And
dude, the arc started the best one is when they introduce interesting elements, interesting characters, man.
Yeah,
Rayleigh, Kizaru, Worst Generation, and then the Celestial
the
Dragons, man.
Celestial Dragons
Bro,
and what they were doing. Oh my
so good.
gosh.
And they're like, dude, and then we see a moment with Zoro, and then
Bonnie's
Bonnie
like
just
saying,
holds him
"Don't do
down. Are
that."
you stupid? You can't touch them. Are you
At the
crazy?
time, I didn't understand why she was like that, but then when you know what Kuma went through, it makes so much sense. You know,
Yeah.
it makes so much sense. And then
And even
Luffy,
a dog is wearing a space helmet.
I
That's
know that's
crazy.
insane.
Even
That's
the
ins-
dogs. It's because it's like we can't breathe the same air as these heathens, so we're gonna
yeah,
wear a helmet. That's crazy.
I know. And Luffy punches. That animation with the streak lines was so good. And he's like
Yeah,
punching
dude.
him.
It's like it's amazing. It's like they keep warning Luffy, do
Hmm.
not cause trouble. Do not, attack a celestial dragon. Do not do it. Do it. They keep warning him, like Luffy,
Yeah.
don't. You're gonna get us in so much trouble. And then the guy just shoots Hachi. He's like, yes, I got a fishman. Yes, yes, I killed it. I killed it. Yes.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Luffy's turns. Oh, bro, he switches up. But this is like one of these rare moments where, like, yeah, dude, consequences are real.
Hmm.
I'm happy, man.
Yeah, this is
There
like
are consequences for
Luffy's
causing trouble.
actions pretty much caused the entire Straw Hats to be like separated, essentially.
Yeah.
Because all the admirals started to come and go for the Straw Hats, and they could not defeat any of them, and then they were all disappearing. And it was a pretty bleak ending to an arc. I was actually kind of like sad
Yeah, it
for
was
Luffy.
devastating. It was
Yeah,
sad, and everyone's like disappearing in front of Luffy's eyes, and then
yeah,
Chopper turns into Monster Point, like,
yeah,
because they were told even like prior, like Chopper, you shouldn't turn into that Monster Point because it was slowly killing him at some point.
hmm,
I think they established that like it's doing a harm to Chopper's body or something,
yeah,
and he can't control it. That was it. He can't control that Monster Point when he turns into a giant monster, and then
yeah.
because he's also seeing his friends disappear, he's like he has no other choice but to transform into a giant monster.
That's right. That's
That
right.
was
Yeah.
sad. So many sad moments towards the end.
I remember like there was a bit where was it Kuma whispered into Rayleigh's ear about something, and I think Rayleigh knew what Kuma was doing in that moment, and I think that's why
Possibly, yeah.
that's why he didn't really like fight too hard.
I don't remember where it was established though. How Rayleigh knew. I didn't
Yeah, but I
because
do
because during Kuma's backstory, they don't mention it. They don't mention him
no,
interacting with Rayleigh
I don't think so.
or Rayleigh knowing that Kuma is still a good guy. So I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe Rayleigh was occupied with something else. I don't remember. He was fighting Kizaru at that moment, right?
yeah, he was. But yeah, that's how the arc ends, and I put it at like number one so far. That's like the best arc of One Piece. But I do like
At
Water
number
7.
one,
I do like
yeah,
Water 7 a
yeah.
lot though. But I do like the ending of this arc. It was very sad and morbid. Actions have
I keep
consequences.
actions have consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's so hard. It's between Water 7 and Sabity at the moment. They're easily the best two. Right?
Yeah. And then we get introduced to Boa Hancock and Amazon Lily arc, where Luffy is teleported to. And yeah,
Yeah, I'm happy this wasn't a long arc
it
because
was
this
very
was like a
short.
little, yeah, a slight little dip, but
Yeah.
it was entertaining arc.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't really remember much from it. Boa Hancock starts hating Luffy at first, but then she falls in love with him. And then we get her backstory on how
yeah,
she was
the fan
kidnapped.
service was outrageous.
Yeah, this is where Oda went crazy, and Toei as well. Like, my
Yeah,
gosh. But the backstory was like interesting, and I think Rayleigh saved her when she was a prisoner as a kid.
yeah,
That's why
slave, yeah,
she likes Rayleigh.
child slave.
Yeah, this whole arc didn't feel fillery, but it just felt like, eh. I'm happy it was short though, so it was better than Thriller Bark, but I don't know where I would put it. I
I'll put
think
it at B because there wasn't. I mean,
it's
you get
not like a
introduction to
yeah,
Oh, of course, Conqueror's hockey as well. Was that the first time we
Yeah,
see it
I
here?
think it was in this arc when Luffy.
So
Was it Luffy or who did it?
Luffy was going to fight the two sisters or something, and then like somehow uses it.
Yeah.
Or
Then
was
he
that in pre? No, was that in Sabadi during the
maybe
prison where they
it
were going to buy the mermaid, and then Luffy just unconsciously did Conqueror's hockey or something,
possibly it was
and
either
then
that.
Rayleigh's like, "Whoa,
It could have been that, but yeah, it ends with Luffy realizing that Ace's life is in danger. He sees the newspaper, and then he's like, "Crap! I gotta go save Ace." And then you get bits and pieces of the Straw Hats in other locations. Very short snippets. Um, I didn't really know how to feel about any of that snippet stuff. It was cool, but it wasn't as interesting as Luffy's story, I would say.
yeah, yeah." That's, I guess, the only interesting one is Luffy and Zoro, because Zoro is back with Mihawk.
Yeah,
I'm like, "Whoa, we're
that
seeing
was
Mihawk
interesting.
again,"
I didn't.
and that was
Yeah,
it. Everyone else was just
it's kind of like slice of
boring.
lifey, fillery, especially
Yeah,
Sanji's one. That
boring.
was like, what? Oh
Yeah,
boy, that
Sanji
was like his
says the. I
nightmare.
love it, dude. He was getting punished. I love it.
That was his
He
nightmare.
was, yeah, that was sick. What did Chopper get? I don't even
Chopper
remember.
was sent to an animal like kingdom, from what I remember.
Oh, Zo.
Yeah, no, not Zoe, but like a different place. No, no, it was like, was it Animal Kingdom? Like there was a large bird, and there was like people there. I don't quite remember it, but yeah,
Ah, I do not remember.
but that was that arc. I will put, yeah, I put it at high B, high B. But now we get to Impel Down, where Luffy has to find Ace. So yeah, this is
And what
where,
was the reason for him going to Impel Down? It was because it was like the fastest route to get to Ace, right, on
yeah, like
Marineford.
Bo Hancock had to sneak him into Impel Down,
Which
and
is crazy because no one escapes Impel Down as well.
yeah.
It's just wow.
Then we get Mr. Free and Buggy the Clown, and they're kind of helping Luffy, kind of not helping Luffy. And then, what's his name? Bon Clay, who's like the real MVP of this arc, who's always by Luffy's side. And then he
Dude,
gets,
where is Bon Clay, dude? Where that
I think he's
what a
still in
goated
jail,
character.
isn't he? Because he had to sacrifice himself to save Luffy, so he's still in
Yeah.
Impel Down.
That he looks like Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
More, yeah, he looks like the Dumb and Dumber version of Jim Carrey. And then Frankie's like the Ace Ventura version.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get introduced to Jinbei, and then Jinbei like thinking about the time Ace told him to look after Luffy, and then Jinbei's like, "Yep, I'll look after Luffy."
I was disappointed of Jinbei's character design because all these fishmen have like sick looking designs, and then you
Hmm.
just got this whale.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But his technique was pretty cool, though. You know.
Fishman karate.
And then we get introduced to what's Ivanka? Is that the name?
Ivankov, yeah,
Yeah,
Ivankov.
whose power is crazy. That they can change genders.
Look at the chiseled jawline. Oh my.
This is where the big theory about Crocodile comes in, because I remember Ivanka had like a confrontation with Crocodile, saying that I remember you,
Yeah.
Crocoboy, when you were a child. People think that Crocodile was originally a woman. That's the theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But why would Crocodile want to change gender to hide from somebody? I don't know.
who knows? It's all a big mystery. But yeah, we're introduced to Ivanka, who's part of the Revolutionary Army, and then Magellan, whose devil fruit is the worst devil fruit of all time. Like that is like a ugh, that's like the worst
Wait,
devil
what is his
fruit.
devil fruit? Isn't it just a poison one?
It's the poison one, but he's always having to go to the bathroom because of it. You know.
Oh, it makes him need to go to the toilet? I didn't
Yeah.
pick up on this.
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that at
There were
all. So
so
when
many
he
like
uses his...
yeah, it's like every time he uses it, he has to go to the bathroom.
Wow, that's...
Yeah. But yeah, there's the whole scene where Luffy gets defeated really badly, and Bon Clay helps him out. I don't quite remember where that
Luffy
moment
gets
was.
immune to poison, so that makes Magellan's Devil Fruit useless.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, let's give Luffy another feat. He is completely immune to poison. Okay, then.
yeah, pretty much. And then that's when Luffy gets to confront Blackbeard. I
Yeah,
think that was,
Blackbeard shows up to free that sword guy.
yeah,
I forgot his name. Shirai or something.
Shirai, yeah. Because that guy becomes part of his crew. That was a pretty cool moment.
Shiryu of the Rain. That's it. Shiryu.
Yeah, that's it. And then basically Luffy has a team up with Crocodile, to
Yeah, that
escape
was
Impel
funny.
Down, which is kind of like a unexpected alliance. But yeah, that was very entertaining.
I love it. This arc, like every piece, it's like a chess game. Every piece have to like move in a certain way.
Hmm.
Like Bon Clay, he had to transform into Magellan just for him to leave, so he sacrificed himself.
Yeah,
And then Luffy's like, "Hey, wait, where's Bon Clay? Where is he?" And then on the radio, he's like, Luffy Chan, or whatever he calls his name.
yeah, yeah.
And he just sacrificed himself, and it was
Hmm.
just sad, man. It was just what a
That was a
sad way to
sad
end.
moment. Yeah,
I hope we see him again, but I don't think so.
yeah.
It's
Impel
been
Down
so
was
long.
awesome. I don't know if I liked it as much as Ennie's Lobby and Water Seven, but it's up
It's a
there.
low S for me, but it's still good. Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, let's say low S. I don't know, high A maybe. I don't know if it's like up there for me. It's still great, but I think the next arc is just, there's just so much to chew, and that next arc, of course, is the Marineford arc, and this is where a lot of stuff starts to happen in it.
And a lot of people, when they talk about the greatest arc in One Piece, they always reference Greenford.
Yeah, this is like the arc of One Piece. Like, so much. I don't even know where to begin with this one because so much happens in this arc. So Luffy and the gang fall from the sky. Before that, there's the reveal that Luffy. No, not before that. It's like at the same time when they're going there. The Admiral guy, makes an announcement that Ace is the son of Roger, and then Luffy at the same time tells him that he and Ace aren't related, and that he knew about all of this. I was blown away by all of this,
Yeah,
like the whole reveal of Ace
I
being Roger's
think the
son.
reveal of Ace being his Roger's son comes later, I believe, like the later half of the arc,
Oh, maybe. Yeah, you're
not
right.
early. I
Maybe.
think
You
like
could be right
just
there.
before he's executed. I think a few
Yeah.
episodes before he was executed, we were just getting lore drop and more lore drops. Like, yo, what the hell is going on? Yeah, insane.
Yeah, this arc is just so heavy with stuff happening. I don't even know where to, like, you know, start with it, but you do get a bit of Ace's backstory, him joining the Whitebeard Pirates and him resenting Roger, and then him finding new friends within Roger's pirates. And then, God, dude, so much happens. I don't even know where to. It's like characters here, characters there. You have the Roger dude with the flame who's pretty awesome, pretty OP.
Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix. All the what are they called? The Seven Warlords. They're all
Seven
there.
Seven Warlords, yeah.
Yeah, Roger is there to save Ace, and then they're all here to stop. Not Roger, sorry, Whitebeard. They're all here to stop him. Then you have like a moment between Garp and Ace. He's so devastated that Ace became a pirate, and now he's going to die. The whole thing is just kind of sad. Like you see that, you know, he wanted him to be a Navy dude like him, and
Which Garp is such a weird guy. I don't like Garp. I'm
you
gonna
don't
be
like
honest,
Garp.
bro. Yeah, him being a Marine doesn't make any sense. if he's upholding justice, you going joining the Marines is the worst place to uphold
Yeah,
justice. They are the most corrupt entity on the. Why are you protecting a group of Zionists, dude?
pretty
Why?
much.
Why are you protecting these celestial dragons, bro? They are literally slave capturing people. They what? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. They capture slaves, they rape them, they do all sorts of stuff to these slaves, and then you're protecting them. Why?
Yeah, it's
It doesn't
mind-boggling.
make any sense whatsoever. It's so frustrating. Garp is just
I mean, you
yeah,
do
don't
see
like
his
Garp.
humanity, like and I think towards the end of this arc, I don't know,
Yeah,
did
his
he quit?
humanity.
I don't know if he quit or he's starting to like question the Navy, but it is odd that Garp as a character, like the way he's written, he seems to be someone who's all about. He's like a bit like Dragon, like what Dragon is doing, but
No, but Dragon's actually doing change. He's
yeah.
actually like
No, yeah, in terms of
you know
personality of like he's someone who's got this like power and aura, but he's on the wrong side, essentially. It's very weird. And I'm curious to know what Dragon's all about, and how he really views his family and all that. But yeah, so much stuff
well
happens.
Dragon. Yeah, no, because you're right. Dragon and Garp have the same. They see the same corruption, but Dragon is actively seeking change and bringing justice to this corruption. Garp's like, nah, I'm just gonna help the corrupted people. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
help them.
I think Garp is all about like taking out the bad pirates, like Arlong, who's and Crocodile, like people like that. He wants to protect the civilians, but in doing that, he's also protecting the bad people in power, which is just
Yeah, like how are you? This is bad writing. Let's be real. Because if you want to help the civilians, what can you say when the celestial dragons want those same civilians you want protected? You
yeah,
know, like look at Kuma's village. Like, if you're Garp in that situation, who are you gonna help? Are you gonna round up these kids and it's like capture them as slaves and give them to the celestial dragons? Like, what are we gonna do? And why is he called a hero of God Valley? Why is he helping those celestial dragons on those islands? It's
yeah.
weird.
I mean, do we know
It's bad
much about
writing,
God
dude.
Valley?
What we know is that from Egghead, Kuma, there was like a game. There was a game being hosted on God Valley, and the game is the people. And this was a game between celestial dragons. If you capture the most slaves or kill them, you win. It's like a Hunger Games version for the celestial dragons or whatever, where they just kill slaves. And then it was being watched by all the Marines or whatnot, on all the special Marine, like what they called the royal hand or whatnot. It's where we see the guy with the weird head shape, like a moon.
Yeah, I
It's like
don't know
he's
how
got
to
like a
say it.
moon hairstyle.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like so, the Holy Knights. That's it. The Holy Knights. They're watching over this event play out, and then Zebek's crew shows up, which is like Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard, all these crazy pirates on this one crew show up on this island,
Oh yeah.
and then all of a sudden,
Oh, the
Roger's
Rocks
crew
pirate.
shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what we know is Roger's crew shows up as well, and then the Garden Valley incident is where Garp beats Roger and captures Roger, and he's the hero. But they call him a hero is
Okay,
because he
that makes
protected the
sense.
Celestial Dragon.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense now.
But there's obviously more to be revealed, but we don't know
We
it.
don't know that yet. But going back to Marineford, Luffy is like fighting almost everyone, and gosh, just so much happens in this sort of section. I don't know exactly the point where Ace is executed.
Right towards the end.
Is it like right towards the end? But
It's
yeah,
literally yeah,
I mean,
right
before
towards
all
the
of
end.
that, Kobe. I don't know where Kobe is in this recap. He's somewhere.
Kobe's moment happens after Ace's death.
Okay, yeah. So you have all this stuff happening. Doflamingo is there. It's just like a big fight for a long time. Okay, here we go. It's like just here. It's around here. Because I remember Kobe is trying to stop Luffy from going, and then he punches him, and then Luffy's trying to like, oh, the key. There was the whole bit with the key. Remember that?
This was
Where
amazing as
they're
well,
trying to
bro.
like,
It's like when every
yeah,
character has its moment in this arc. It's
yeah.
so
I
sick.
forgot about the
Like
key.
Mr.
Yeah,
Free crafting like a candle wax key, and then that helps him free Ace. And then they finally free, they escaping. They're gonna get out of here. And then, oh no,
mm-hmm,
I dropped my Viva card. No, I know
mm-hmm,
Ace is in front of me, but I dropped my Ace's Viva card. I know Ace is in
yeah,
front of me, but I dropped Ace's Viva card. I need to
yeah,
know where Ace is. Oh no. What? It's so stupid, dude. I'm
mm-hmm,
gonna be real, it's dumb. And then Ace, and then Luffy's gonna get attacked by Kainu, and then Ace in the way. Is that it's dumb.
yeah. It was a bit dumb,
But it was
but I did like the,
Oda says
yeah.
Ace needed to die just for Luffy to like, I don't know, what was it, value life or some shit, or like
I think so.
understand
Yeah.
it's not gonna be easy or some shit. But then like an Egghead, he's just literally jumping up and down
Mm-hmm.
when that guy dies.
Yeah. But I did like the moment
Big
with
fuck.
Luffy and Garp in this moment where he's sort of confronting him. He doesn't really want to hurt him because he raised him. But then he punches him and
Yeah.
he's like, gotta do what I gotta do. And then Sengoku just turns into this golden, like, I don't know
Buddha
what.
statue.
Buddhist, yeah. That was a crazy moment. I'm like, damn. He has not done that since, I don't
Oh,
think.
he has, yeah, because his devil fruit is the god mode or some shit.
This is what I thought the five
The
elders were going to be like, these glowing beams of craziness,
yeah.
But yeah, they managed to save Ace. I really like the animation here where he saved him. It's like super vibrant and colorful.
This is like the time skip animation in a way.
Yeah.
Where it's all shiny.
It's all
and-
shiny.
I do like it here is because we don't see it often.
Yeah,
see it
it's
as
like a
much, but
special
then in the
moment.
Time skip,
Yeah.
yeah, and then the time skip it's like that 24/7.
But it's a very satisfying moment. Luffy saves Ace and they're about to leave and get out of there. And oh, there's this whole arc with this guy with the purple hair. Because isn't he like, did he betray? I don't remember.
Ah, don't.
But I remember there was this guy who betrayed Whitebeard, but then Whitebeard forgave him. And it was a whole thing. A whole thing. But then as they're leaving, this is where the frustrating bit comes in because they are about to leave. They're just about to go, but then this guy, what's his name? This Admiral guy, he's just rage baiting Ace, like
Akainu, yeah.
kind of. And he's like, "You're gonna run away, Ace," and he's like, if Ace just ran away, and then, man, all he had to do was just ignore him, but he didn't. And yeah,
Yeah, I
Kainu-
genuinely think Oda regrets killing Ace off there.
Yeah,
Generally.
I mean, Sabo is like the
I-
definition of his regrets.
Yeah, easily.
And then, yeah, he dies, which is very sad, a very sad moment. And then Garp tells Sengoku to hold him down because he might do something unforgivable. Because he's so upset over what happened to Ace. And it's a devastating moment. It's so sad. Then Luffy passes out, and yeah, it's sad. First major death in the series. I was very
And the
shocked that they
only-
killed that. Yeah, this was when I was like, "Damn, are we getting to Game of Thrones level territory?" Because even Whitebeard died as well, and I thought he was a big character.
2 major deaths in this arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that.
It was
Two
like a
major
very
deaths.
dark
Whitebeard died
ending.
standing
Yeah,
up. Yeah, because Blackbeard shows up. He's part of the Seven Warlord of the Sea, so he's not really doing anything wrong
Mhm.
either. Because the Warlord of the Seas were needed in this fight, and then bro, he pulls off a madness and takes his devil fruit somehow.
of course. Before
Just
that,
insane.
Whitebeard announces that the One Piece is real. The big meme moment. And then
Oh,
he
yeah.
dies, and yeah, then Blackbeard is like, okay, let's steal the devil fruit. Yeah, the whole moment was emotional. Even Buggy got kind of sad in that moment, which was like, damn, you can just see how many people respected Whitebeard, essentially. And then Blackbeard has stolen the devil fruit. Luffy's passed out, and Law comes in to save him, which is good on him. Kobe's devastated. Oh no, not devastated, but he's starting to hear voices because he unlocked a power. I forgot what it
Yeah,
is. Is it
yeah.
not hockey, but it's something else?
Well, it is a hockey. It's observation hockey.
Yeah,
It's the same one where in this was Skypiea where the little girl was hearing voices as well.
that's
But
it.
it's
That's
I
it.
think it's like a high level of observation hockey.
That's the one. But yeah, so after all that, when Luffy is helped by Law, we then get like quick glimpses into those Straw Hats and what they're
Oh
doing.
God. Yeah, funny moments, man.
Yeah, all these scenes are just like, yeah, we got Sanji's story, we got Chopper's story. Yeah, he's basically about to get eaten by these by this tribe, and he ends up being with them and helping them out. And then you've got Frankie, who's at the Vegapunk's like lair, I think, and then Nami is in this weathering island sky place. And Robin is this whole Robin stuff was really interesting, like the way it
Oh,
was
right, because she's with the
animated.
Revolutionary
Yeah,
Pirates as
it
well,
was a
right?
very like
Yeah,
dark sort of like thing,
I
you know.
forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
her, Zoro and Luffy's were interesting.
yeah, I was fascinated by that. That's when her skin started to change a bit as well. I noticed, in this arc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
her skin was indeed changing.
yeah, it was changing. And then Usopp's arc was very like Looney Toony with Hiroloke. I think that was the name of the hero who was helping him out. He was eating too much. Brook became this sort of like symbol, a rock star and all that, and Zoro was just doing Zoro stuff. And yeah, then we got all the post stuff where every pirate is just reacting to what happened in Marineford. And yeah, Luffy's he's devastated by what happened, and then
Yeah, he's
Jinbei is
literally broken. Like,
yeah,
Luffy, he's literally malfunctioned. He's not even operating as a human being. He's
yeah.
broken.
There's even a moment where he's telling Jinbei that, can I even really become king of the pirates? And then that's when we get, for the first time, Luffy's backstory. We finally get an origin of Luffy, which is kind of like a great way to end the pre-time skip. It's Luffy's backstory with Ace and what he was like as a
Yeah,
kid.
like this.
He was always a bit of a scaredy
And
cat.
Sabo's voice actor is freaking Naruto, and all I'm
Yeah,
hearing is just
Naruto.
Naruto, and his
Yeah, I
blonde
remember
is all
that.
like Naruto. And I'm like, yeah, this is
It
just
was
a little adventure of Ace, Luffy, and Naruto, basically.
pretty much, yeah.
Very weird and off-putting, but it was cool.
Yeah. If it
Is
was, if
this also
yeah,
part of the Marineford arc? This
yeah. This
flashback,
this is all
or
kind of. I think it's all kind of the same, but yeah, they call it post-war. So Marineford, I would put it at S, like a strong S. I think it's like the best arc
I,
of One Piece. But
yeah, I'll
I
put it
did
at the
like Water 7 a
best.
lot though. It's like
Uh,
these three are like all in the same league. Marineford, Sabodi, and Water 7. Like,
But my only issue is that those arcs don't have those glaring issues like Marineford has,
yeah, you're right.
where like weird character motivations,
Hmm.
the issue with Ace and
Yeah.
getting baited and
Even
Luffy
like
dropping his
Ace
V-neck
is like
card.
the whole story of Ace, like, he's a character that people liked, and then you get this backstory where he's kind of a jerk to Luffy for the most part. I don't know, after watching this arc, I just felt kind of weird about Ace. But it was more of like a Sabo
It's
introduction, like, in a way.
Yeah, I'll give Marineford War like a low S.
Mm,
S, but not high S like Water 7.
yeah. I just think the highs were just so high that it was just like, whoa, you know. So I think I will still just give it that. But yeah, it can change here and there. But then we get Sabo and the third brother of the Straw Hats. He has like a he's like a royal dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that whole backstory of him. I'll be honest, this whole arc felt like, okay, it's cool to see these characters in the past and what they were like. But yeah, then we get introduced to this dude who wants to burn down the place where it's like the place where Luffy lives, essentially. Like, I don't know what was going on, but they wanted to burn down that area. Then Dragon comes in, he's like, why is this place so sad and so bad? And then he helps Sabo out. And then,
Do you know, do you know what's funny and ironic with this? Because Sabo has that same like idealism as a dragon as well. Because like
yeah,
the world is corrupt, and he's such a young kid as well, like a young child, and his own family. He's turning against his own family
yeah,
because his family is greedy, wants to be part of the royal family and whatnot, and all this stuff. And then Sabo has a brother, right? A stepbrother that's that wanted to be a prince or something. And Sabo didn't care for it, and then Sabo was replaced by that brother, that fake stepbrother or whatnot. Um, but I do find it funny, like if he, so he gets blown out on sea, right? Like somebody was it the Marines that shot him or something? What happened here? Was it because Sabo was on the boat? He was like wanted to sail the seas or something, and then was it the Marines that shot him? I'm confused. Oh yeah, Celestial Dragon. I think you're muted as well. Can't hear it. Can you hear me?
oh crap, my audio went off.
Oh, nice. What we talk? We're talking
I
about
was
Sabo,
talking
right?
about Garp in this scene with the lady who raised Garp and him,
Oh,
you know,
can we?
her beating him up, and yeah, I'm like, he kind of deserves it because he did nothing. He just did watch Days Die, and
I wanted to get back to the Sabo moment because Sabo was shot by a Marine, right, with the Celestials on board,
yeah,
and then Sabo was saved by Dragon, right,
yeah, well,
bro? If Garp was in Dragon's position, Garp would have watched him sink. Let's be
yeah,
real. Garp would have watched Sabo, who has the same idealism as Dragon and Garp. Garp. The difference is Garp would have watched Sabo sink,
mm-hmm,
death and not save him. That's where I'm like, Garp is a hypocrite.
mm.
Garp's an a-hole, man.
But yeah, I mean, yeah,
So him,
he deserves that
this
punch.
talk about justice, he's a fraud, bro. He's a
Mm-hmm.
fraud.
Yeah. He does have cool moments in the show, but it's very frustrating. He's a very frustrating character to watch, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing is pretty sad. But Garp promises that he's going to protect the village that Luffy grew up in. And yeah, then we cut to the funeral. You got oh, we forgot to talk about what's his name, Shanks, because he appeared at the end of the Marineford and
The Marineford
he
Wars,
stopped the
right,
war.
right.
Like everyone, even
I
the Navy
mean,
were like, "No, we gotta stop this. Shanks is here. We can't do this anymore."
you You got a bit too late,
Yeah.
Shanks. Where were you? Where the hell were you, Shanks?
Hmm.
Should have shown up a bit like 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Everyone, everyone would have been alive still, but no. There has to be a reason for it. Why he showed up late.
I mean,
Can't be
he's
just
a busy
timing
guy.
thing.
He's an emperor of the sea, you know?
Yeah.
Emperor of the sea. But then, yeah, that's when Luffy starts to realize that he has his crewmates, you know, and he's gonna try and be there for them. And yeah, it's a pretty wholesome moment, you know. He's gonna be there for them. You get a bit of Zoro and Mihawk doing their thing. Chopper is starting to become one with the island. His design starts to change as well in this bit as well. He starts to look more cutified in this
Oh
bit.
yeah.
Like the characters are starting to look like their time skip designs now a little bit. They're post time skips. And then Usopp's all fat, and then Robin, she's looking way different now in this
Oh god,
section.
she's getting nommified. Slowly
Yeah,
losing her skin
slowly.
color and getting
They're
nommified.
slowly changing Robin.
That's not Robin, bro. Who the hell is that? Who is that, dude?
It is so bad. That is so bad. Oh, gosh. Then Brooks, he's becoming a singer. And then the Straw Hats, I think they get told what's happening with Luffy, and they all want to go and save him. But then Luffy has an idea. Well, Rayleigh does. I don't know who says it. Is it Rayleigh or Luffy? Because Luffy wants to find his crew, but then Rayleigh is like,
Yeah.
you could do that, or you can get stronger. And then everyone's finding out what happened to Luffy. They're all trying to go after him and be there for him. And
Yeah, everyone gets news of Ace's dead, and
Ace's
everyone's
death and the
sorry
war.
for Luffy, and they want to go back to him, support him.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Luffy tattoos his arm.
Mhm.
3D2Y. What does 3D2Y mean? Me and Zoro, like, what the hell does that mean? Just
Yeah.
3 days. We'll meet in 3 days and 2 years.
3 days and 2 years. That's right. And yeah, he goes to the place to do that. The Straw Hats now know what's up. I'm glad that everyone, the Straw Hats, understand what Luffy's all about. You know, like they're like, okay, we got you, Luffy. And yeah, the arc ends with everyone reacting to the Marineford War, and now they're gearing up for the post time skip. And yeah, that's kind of how it ended. Actually, it's just characters reacting to the war, you know.
Yeah.
And the Straw Hats are like, yep, okay, we get it, Luffy. We will have to stay here and train, you know. Oh yeah, Blackbeard confronts... Did he confront Bonnie in this moment? Or was it someone else? Yeah, it was Bonnie. Like he...
Yeah, they captured her, right?
I don't
believe.
understand how she escaped though. Like, I don't remember that. Because she was kidnapped. And we don't see her for a long time. For a very long time. But yeah, the Straw Hats are all like vowing to get strong and, you know, be there for Luffy when the time is right. And Luffy starts to train with Rayleigh, you know, in the forest. And that's pretty much how the arc comes to an end. I don't know if that was like a big moment or something that ended the arc, but yeah, that's kind of how the arc ends. That's how the pre-time skip One Piece comes to an end. So yeah, that's that. I don't know what all this is. It might be a film.
Shall we
But-
do like a recap before going into time skip?
Yeah, we could do that, you know. So
This is a lot
post-war...
we went.
Yeah, we did it a lot. In fact, this podcast has gone on for a long time. Don't know if you want to... So I'm going to put post-war, like, probably high S tier. I did like that a lot, but maybe A, just because
I put it high A.
the
I don't have a lot in
the
A, I'm
childhood
gonna be real
stuff
with you.
was a bit but yeah. Okay, so that is the ranking for pre-time skip. So what is at your D? What is the D for you?
Um, D for me at the very bottom, right?
Yeah.
Very last is Skypiea,
Yeah.
and then it's Orange Town,
Okay.
Romance Dawn, Syrup Village. So that's D. Syrup
Okay.
Village is high,
All right then.
and you just
For me,
Skypiea.
it's just Skype here at D. Just Skype here. What about for you for C?
At very bottom of C is Little Garden, Drum Island, Whiskey Peak, Baratier, Thriller Bark, Long Ring, Long Land.
For me, it's Little Garden, Baratier, Syrup Village, Drum Island, Thriller Bark, and Long Ring, Longland at sea. Interesting.
B, Verse Mountain, Amazon Lily, Logue Town, Alabaster.
Interesting. For me at B, it's Romance Dawn, Orange Town, Reverse Mountain, and Amazon Lily at B. Wow, interesting. What about A for you?
A, Jaya, Arlong Park, Post War, Marineford.
Interesting. So for me, it's Arlong Park, Alabaster, Whiskey Peak, Logtown, Jaya, Impel Down, and Post War. What about your S tier?
S tier, Marineford, Impel Down, Post Ennius Lobby, Sabady, Water 7.
Damn, that's actually not bad. I'm actually tempted to give him Water 7 that number one ranking just because of the mystery and all that. Even though
Yeah, Water 7.
Marineford is like, I just think, I might do this just because Water 7 hits. But I think the highs in Marineford are just way too high to ignore, you know? So it's post Ennis Lobby, Sabodi, Water 7, and Marineford. I mean, these two are interchangeable, if I'm being honest. They're like the same level of awesomeness.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that's
It's
the
for me, the way I look at my tier list, right? I think the highs are high and the lows are very low. I have less in the middle, whereas you have a lot in the middle.
yeah, I have a
But for
lot.
me, it's either or.
Yeah, I think for me it's just absolute. It's like Sky P is always going to be the worst, and Water 7 and Marineford are going to be the best. But I just don't know whether to put Water 7 first or Marineford. It's just, there's just
I
so
mean,
many big moments.
it's when you look back at both arcs, I see more issues with Marineford than Water 7.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I think it's just like a culmination of everything the free time skip was building up to. Because
That is
all the
true as
villains
well.
are there, like every single one of them are there. You get big reveals and twists and shocking moments that I did not see coming, you know, and it was very devastating. I think Marineford was just more devastating and more emotional, just by a little bit. It's like if I was to rewatch it, I might put Water 7 there, but I think for now I'm gonna keep Marineford here.
Yeah, yeah.
it's just the highs are just
It's a
way
hard
too
one.
high.
It's
They're
difficult. It
too
is
high.
difficult.
They're too high. But yeah, now it is the it's gonna be another long one, but because it's been 2.5 hours, so it's kind of up to you. Do you want to continue now or continue next week or
No, I mean I could do now if you want. There's only what how many's left? Like
one, two,
seven,
three,
eight,
four, five, six, seven, eight, nine more?
nine more. I mean, we could do nine now, or we could just save it for next week. It's up to you. I don't mind, really.
I'd say let's do it now because I think next week I've got another big topic to talk about.
Oh, okay, that's fine
Yeah.
then. That's fine.
And plus, you might end up watching Neon Genesis by then,
Oh, that's true.
hopefully.
That is true.
So let's
Yeah.
sort of cram through these ones, you know. So next on the post time skip, here we go. This is where we may end up disagreeing in areas. I think, like we might not, but let's just see. Let's just see, you know.
Okay.
So recap of Fishman. No, Return to Sabodi. Actually, sorry. So the Straw Hats are
Return
back
to
2 years
Sabadi.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, this was good. This was yeah. Straw Hat. 2 years later, what are their new designs look like? They haven't met each other up, and they haven't been together in like 2 years. Are the dynamics going to be like again? What? I'm just more interested in see what they look like and how they've aged.
Yeah.
God, Frankie, what happened? He let himself go in that. It's the
Devastating.
ugliest character design ever.
Frankie and Robin are just
Um,
devastating to look at. Like,
yeah,
absolutely
oh,
devastating.
it's like for Robin, it's like when a teenage girl gets introduced to makeup, and then they just go book wild with it, and then that's
Yeah.
basically Robin. You just can't put the makeup set down,
It is. It's so
and
bad.
and the fan service has just been.
This is where it becomes the age rating goes up a little bit. I think. Like,
I feel like I'm watching Fairy Tail post time skip One Piece because the
yeah,
fan service is everywhere. It's literally everywhere. And then the fake Straw Hat crew as well. People, those guys trying to imitate the Straw Hats, sick. The new opening was sick as well.
yeah. It kind of brought
Um,
me the vibes of the first opening. That was a great opening.
and then Luffy is just hanging around this fake Straw Hats because he's actually thinking they're the real Straw Hats.
Yeah,
That's such a good moment. Um, which is poor from Luffy, to be honest with you. He should know what his team is like.
yeah.
And then the Kumas show up.
Oh yeah, the
Pacifistas.
the
It's like,
pacifistas.
whoa, you couldn't beat one a pre-time skip, or how are you gonna beat 10 or whatever happened? Shown up, and then Luffy just effortlessly just destroys them all.
Yeah,
It's a short arc. I loved it.
yeah. It's
I'm gonna put it high A.
yeah.
Second behind post war. Oh, no, I put it high A.
I
High
like the
A.
arc, but I didn't like the fake straw hat stuff. I just found it to be annoying, you know.
It didn't overstay its welcome, I'd say.
But it was
It
better
wasn't
than the
too
other
long.
arcs in my A category. So yeah, I put it at a high A. You know, like some of the designs look cool, and some don't really. Like, it's weird. I think
Yeah, Zoro's eyes,
yeah,
like he's missing an eye. What's that about? What's the story behind that? Never explained. But it
yeah.
is. Usopp looks ripped. Nami, what happened? You just look like an egg. Stop. What is this? What is this, dude?
Yeah, the designs are just kind of like, I feel like they lost their characters a bit, you know, like
Yeah.
what made them unique in the first part. I don't know if there's any character that I like more. Maybe the side characters, the way they look, like the other pirates in the show. Maybe like Kid and Law look a bit better, but like I just felt like all their designs look a bit meh. Usopp's hair looks cool though. I think his outfit looks decent
To
ish.
do a rating inside a rating, I would say Sanji has the best, and then Frankie has the worst.
I'd say Brooke actually. I think Brooke's the outfit looks a bit fine because I think Sanji looked better in pre-time skip. Maybe I think
The thing is with Brooke, he's a skeleton.
Yeah.
That's the only thing with Brooke. It's just his clothes.
and Luffy's
His
the
wardrobe
same.
changed.
Luffy looks the same.
Well,
Just
Luffy has a scar now.
oh yeah, yeah. I can't really rate them. Like I think I just prefer some of their older designs. But yeah,
Yeah, true. No.
that's
Pre-time
that.
skip much better.
But now we get to Fishman Island, where they go under the sea, and they meet. They reunite with that mermaid girl. I forgot her name, the green haired one.
Yeah. Don't remember her name.
I think this is the remake scenes that I'm seeing because they all look a little different. Like the Fishman Island remake, I think. But yeah, they are back well, not well, they're all back together. And then they get introduced to these fish people. Sanji this is where the fandom started to hate him. You know,
Yeah, me too. Like, what do you mean you turned into stone?
yeah,
This is it. It defied all logic. Why are you a stone? How did that even happen? Why are you turned into stone? Doesn't make any sense. It still doesn't make any sense. Why is he? Is that like a filler thing?
I think
Did
it's
he
filler.
get turned into?
It could be filler. I'm not
Okay,
too
so it's
sure.
not
I,
because those it don't make any sense
it
why
doesn't.
you turned it. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of random shit in this show, but I'm gonna call out that stone scene.
Yeah.
Why have you turned him? That doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This arc is like the first bit of it. I was a bit like with it. You know, up until they start
Oh, the
to
prophecy.
the prophecy
Arlong's
bit.
sister as well.
Yeah, where she says that Luffy's gonna
Wait,
destroy Fishman Island. That's when I was like, okay, this is starting to get interesting.
I
You know,
think okay, this could be One Piece theory, and it's probably unifying the world. So theory, yeah, Fishman Island will be destroyed, but only because it'll be unified with the Earth, the rest of the world, I guess.
maybe so that the fish people
And then
can now live with
everyone's
people. Because that was
yeah, but
the
how would that
wish
work?
of the mother of Shirahoshi to be part with the humans. And then we get
Yeah,
introduced to Shirahoshi, and yeah, I don't really know how to feel about the character. She's just kind of She looks like Nami a bit, so I'm like But yeah, it's funny when you look at these scenes again. I'm reminded of on all the episodes of this, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this bit and that bit. Chopper's got a new form now. It's this sort of chubby potato thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go.
don't think I really like that one, but yeah, it is what it is. What else happens? Hawdy Jones, he gets introduced into this arc, and he is part of like, is it the Sunbeard pirates who were part of? Arlong was a part of that, and Jinbei was, and then not Shirahoshi. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't really have much to say on this arc. I think the best part about this arc was the big
I
flashback with
I
her.
I put it in D.
I think this
I
arc
put it in D.
got better
Because
as it went on, like especially with her flashback. I did like that, and I did like the Arlong stuff with Jinbei and their bond and this guy. Like I did like all of
this
this.
is a common theme in post time skip One Piece, where the flashback is the more interesting thing happening
Yeah.
than the current arc,
Mhm.
which is it's Oda's three aces is his flashbacks, his silhouettes, and fan service.
Pretty much. Yeah.
that's that's I think I don't know, man. That's what he has now.
But in this flashback, we
Like
get
he's like
introduced to is it Sabo's friend, the girl part of the Revolutionary Army? That's her as a kid.
possibly
Yeah,
yeah.
Koala. Cause they save her, and he gives her back to the humans, and then the humans snitch on them, and then they execute him, which is such a devastating moment. And then he dies hating the humans, being like, I can't stand them, I hate them so much. And then Arlong is just absorbing all of this, being like, yeah, I hate humans, and that's why Arlong
I
is
hated Orlong's design in this. Like, what the hell is, bro?
yeah.
Take the earrings off, bro. What are you doing?
Hmm.
This is so weird. This is not the Orlong I remembered liking
Yeah.
pre-time skip.
But I will say it is interesting to see more into his character and why he is the way he is. I
Yeah.
did like that. I found that interesting. But Arlong leaves, does his own thing. Then they all come back to the village. Then Shirahoshi's mom is basically trying to spread the gospel. I think she saved a celestial dragon one time. I don't remember what happened here, but I think somebody shot her. And I don't know if they think it was a human, but then it turns out it was Hawdy Jones who did it. It was him who shot her.
Hody Jones is so boring. Yeah, it was Hody
Yeah,
Jones
it
who
was
shot
him.
Jones.
Yeah.
What a boring villain, dude. It's
I did like the fight between him and Luffy. I thought that was kind of entertaining to watch. You know, But man,
Oh, the
this,
Red Ace Red Rock on
yeah,
the Noah's Ark, whatever. That was
yeah.
fun.
Luffy has like an aura
And that
farming
was it.
moment in this bit as well, which was pretty cool. But yeah,
Shirahoshi's design. What the fuck, dude?
yeah, and the way she acts as well, she acts like an 8 year old, but it's like she
Yeah,
doesn't look like an 8 year
weird.
old. And even Barney is even more controversial, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, Holy Jones turns different because he consumes all those like pills that elevate his strength, and then yeah, the gang are fighting the fishmen people. Yeah, honestly, re-watching these scenes, this arc isn't as good as I remember it being. I
No,
thought it
it's
was.
bad, dude.
I did remember it
It's
being.
bad.
I think I like it more than you, just because of the flashback stuff. And I did like the family of Shirahoshi. I did like them as characters. And I did like the ending of this arc where Jinbei is giving Luffy his blood, and then Luffy wants him to be part of the crew, and then the twist that Shirahoshi is Pluton, the weapon. Did not see that
Yeah.
coming. That was a big sort of reveal. And yeah, yeah, she is the secret weapon. Don't know what that's about, but that was very interesting. And they hear news that Aikiji and the other guy are having a battle on an island.
Why are all the hype moments off screen? This is yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So okay, let me put this into an analogy, right? So
yeah.
there's like a aging basketballer, and this basketballer he can't dribble no more, but he can still hit his free shotter.
Mm-hmm.
Oda, he can't write stuff on screen anymore. All the
Yeah,
interesting stuff that's happening, he can't do it no more.
it's
So
all off.
his ace in the hole is his flashbacks and his off-screen moments, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
What's happening in the now on screen? Boring. Very just not interesting.
yeah. It's really the pacing. If I'm being honest, I wish the pacing does hold it back a bit. But yeah,
Well, I'm only calling out his positives.
oh yeah,
Um, but his negatives is yeah, pacing and his writing current arc stuff.
mm-hmm.
That can also fall along with pacing because yeah, it's atrocious.
And then
But
it ends with yeah.
what do you mean you're gonna have this off screen
I
though,
know
man? What do you mean you're having this fight off screen?
it was exciting, and we don't really see it, do we? Because it
Nope.
ends, and then they go to Punk Hazard, and then you just see the effects of it.
Yeah, I think Aokiji won that fight as well.
Yeah,
Well, I kind
I
what's his
kind
name?
the
Akainu?
fire guy, the lava guy.
Who's Aokiji? Who is
Aikiji
it?
is the Iceman, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, Akainu won that fight.
Yeah. And then we get introduced to the Big Mom pirates, and then Luffy's like, "I'm gonna kick your butt," and then that is a big sort of lead into the next stuff happening with her. We get to see Puddin in this bit, which is kind of like surprising because we don't
Oh, we
see
sure
that.
this
We don't
isn't like
see
a
this. Yeah.
re-edit?
No, no, we actually do see this in the anime. I did remember watching it because I actually
Oh, okay.
noticed this in my review that Puddin's
Oh,
eye is
okay.
revealed here. So it's kind of like interesting that they spoiled that so early, you know. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know what it does though. The eye. Does
yeah,
anything special? I don't even
it's
remember.
just there, you know. And
Just
then
there.
Big Mom's looking
Okay.
all scary and terrifying. And then Luffy's like, "Okay, I'm gonna fight you," and then she's gonna be like,
I
"Fine, come
love Big
here."
Mom's voice. Big
Yeah,
Mom's voice is amazing.
the
Not English
laugh.
dub, but in the
Even the
sub.
dub is good as well. I did like that. They
I like that.
capture.
It's the high pitch. The
Hmm.
high pitch does it for the
Yeah.
sub.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, it ends. The Straw Hats are leaving. She doesn't want them to go. They all pinky promise that they're gonna be strong, and then that's it. You know, that's the end of the Fishman Island. And then next up is the next island. So, where would you rank Fishman Island?
D.
I'm
D.
putting this arc. I think this arc. I must say, I think I liked it a bit more than Alabaster. I did enjoy it a bit more. But I think these other arcs are a lot better than this one. So I'm going to put it at a high A.
Yeah.
It's controversial. I still think,
It's yeah,
I
no,
think the
I'm being
flashbacks,
harsh.
yeah, the flashbacks are just too good. Like all this stuff with the celestial dragons and Shirahoshi's parents, just so good. And even the Arlong and Jinbei backstory, just so good. This is what saved it for me. So that's why I'm putting it at a high D. But yeah, the current stuff with Luffy and the gang and Sanji and the nosebleeds, yeah, they're not that great. But the highs are just too good for me. So that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we move to Punk Hazard. This is a. Oh boy, here we go, Punk Hazard. So yeah, that's when we get introduced to Momonosuke and Kimon, and the Straw Hats are split.
Kinemon, yeah.
Then there are baby giants on this island, and what else
And then
happens?
The
Yeah,
Monsters Inc.
Monsters
people
Inc.
show up.
people. Then Smoker is there on the island, and God, what else happens? Oh, the bodies, they start to switch bodies. Nami is inside Sanji,
Yeah,
and oh
Scooby
no,
Doo moment
Frankie,
happens.
and then it's just kind of. Then Sanji's inside Chopper for a bit, and then you get introduced to Caesar Clown, and Laura is back here again. I think the best part about this arc. No, no, we don't get his flashback yet.
Is the ending and going on to the next arc. Is the best part of this arc.
I'm just trying to find like a good moment in this arc, but golly, dude, this arc was kind of bad actually. Looking at it,
It was ass, dude. It was so dude. I'm praising
this
Water Seven, Sabody, Ennius, Impel Down, Marine Four. They're all 10 out of 10s,
yeah,
and then we get into like 1 out of 10s in the time skip. It's just
golly, dude,
like
this was
these were painful, man. It's so painful. Yeah,
yeah, this was a bad arc. Like, and I'm someone who's a little bit more positive with like,
yeah.
but this one was like Sky P level of bad, in my opinion. I think is this worse than Sky Pier? I think it is. I think this might be
It
worse than
is.
Sky
It
Pier.
is. It
Skypiea at the very
definitely
least
is.
had the art, the art aesthetic, and even Luffy
An
and
interesting villain.
the villain's fight was pretty good. But this is a bland arc. Even the art is kind of like not really hitting it. Like this is when I was like, eh. Okay, I will say this. Tashigi had some cool moments here and there. I did like that. And I think I do like her design a bit more in the post time skip. And I did like Chopper and his concern for the kids, showing us how much of a good doctor he is. And Zoro did have a good moment as well with him telling Luffy that you need to fix up because they're losing, and he's like, we are in the new world, we gotta be serious. That was all interesting. But I didn't really like this arc. I thought it was kind of boring and bland. Possibly the blandest arc for One Piece. It's damn pretty bad, but it did end pretty well. It set us up for Dressrosa and the new characters, so that was all pretty good. But yeah, I have nothing to say. I think this is a pretty mediocre
D.
arc. Yeah. But yeah, that's that. Next one, we got Dressrosa. So the Dressrosa arc begins with Doflamingo announcing that he's going to start a tournament, and the prize will be Ace's powers in the Devil Fruit. So that's when Luffy's like, we gotta go there, we gotta get the power. And I love the tournament. I don't know how you feel about it, but I loved all this stuff.
This was for me. This is where I switched to because I was up to date with the anime.
Yeah.
So I started reading the manga. I think actually I caught up on Punk Hazard.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I made my switch to the manga.
Yeah.
And that's the same time where I caught up to Naruto,
Oh, okay.
and there were many arcs ahead to read with Naruto. Um, Not with One Piece, because once I finished, when I caught up with One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
the anime, I caught up the One Piece manga, and I realized, oh, I'm still in Punk Hazard. This is painful.
Yeah.
And then we finally leave Punk Hazard. We get into, and I'm reading weekly at this moment, and we get into Dressrosa, and everything's interesting. And
Yeah.
yo, this is good. This is good. Like, it had a
Mm-hmm.
good introduction. We see the new Admiral Fujitora,
Yeah.
and
Fujitoro.
he's
Yeah.
blind. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good.
I like
But
that.
then it just goes downhill. It's like
Oh
a
wow.
steady decline. I did not like it, man. It had a promising start, and then it just went downhill, dude.
I will say this: the pacing, yes, was kind of bad at times, particularly when Bellamy is introduced, and there's that whole bit where Doflamingo was controlling Bellamy. That whole section was kind of like, ugh, I wasn't feeling it. But at the same time, this just had so much going for it, in my opinion. I flipping love this arc. I know some people don't like it because of the pacing, but I like all the characters. I like Rebecca. I like her backstory, what happened to her. Kiros. The mystery about the toys was interesting because they seem like these. The world is so like cutesy and weird, but then it ends up being incredibly dark with what Doflamingo did, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I flipping loved all that.
The pacing, dude. I think this arc was like a year long.
Yeah, it was long.
I've been reading it weekly up until a year. That's not good. That's not healthy,
Yeah,
man.
it's not.
Especially when you're not connected with any of the characters.
Hmm.
You're like, what is going on? The Sabo review, like Sabo's
The
back.
Sabo,
He's
yeah.
alive.
I mean, the moment he
Yeah,
was introduced, I
that's
knew it was him. But that was a cool moment.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that was awesome. But Usopp having that moment where he ends up defeating Sugar, and then the curse is broken. That was a cool moment, you know. Like, and it caused that huge chain reaction where everyone became human again, and then Doflamingo was angry. And that was so funny. I liked all that stuff.
Yeah, I just need to sort my cats out. I'll be right back, okay?
Oh yeah. Hi, can you hear me? Hello? Hi, can you hear me? Hello there. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Ah, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Nah, it's all good, all good. Yeah. So what I like about this arc is just, I feel like this arc is divided into two. You got the tournament stuff in the beginning, and then the Doflamingo stuff later on, and then so much happens in this arc, and I think that's why I like it so much. You know, it's all these different characters, all these different storylines. It feels like a soap opera. Then you get the lore backstory as well with Kuzan. You know, I flipping love this backstory. It's so sad what happened to him as a kid. You know, it's kind of like Lore's backstory mixed in with Don Flamingo's backstory.
Oh, share screen, please.
Oh, you don't see it?
No, no.
Where is it? There you go. Yeah, so it was like Lore's backstory, you know, what happened to him as a kid, and how everyone got ill and had that, like, what was it, that
Right, yeah,
white
okay. This was the
powder
only
thing.
moment, the highlight for me. Yeah, Kuzan's backstory. Again, another flashback.
Yeah,
Another
flashback.
another good flashback.
Mm-hmm.
That's better than what's happening currently. The issue is here, like, the characters that are here present aren't interesting for me to, like, follow. I didn't like it. And that's why and that didn't help with the obvious bad pacing as well.
I see what you mean, but man, I don't know. Maybe because I watched it in the dub and I was just sort of soaking it all in, but I just had a good time with this arc. Yeah, the pacing was
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, because I didn't watch the anime. I read it
Oh, you read it?
because I read it, right. I was reading it weekly, and obviously Oda has hiatuses here and there, so I have to wait an extra week just for the next chapter. And then,
Ah,
yeah, I don't know, man.
I think because
I had a different
yeah,
experience to you.
yeah, because I was binging these back to back to back, and I was just having a good time with it. There was so much happening, you know. There was so many different characters having all these different stories, and they all kind of helped impact the story in a way. Like they all, I don't know, in my opinion, they all had a reason to be there. Essentially, you know, I was just so into it.
Yeah.
You know, I will say the Frankie fight with this guy was a bit but his backstory was so sad. What's his name? Baby Baby Man. What?
This no, I couldn't suspend my disbelief. I just it was too much. It
So
was too much for me.
he had a wife, but he was like a secret agent of the government, and then what happened? I don't remember what
Yeah,
happened. She
basically, his
finds
wife was
out.
having a
Yeah,
baby, but the
yeah,
baby dies, and she was
yeah.
depressed. So he dressed himself up as a baby to cheer her
Oh
up.
no, no, no! I remember now. I remember. So
Was it that?
no, so they have the kid, they have a baby, and then the baby dies because it gets
Yeah,
ill or something like that. And then she's
and then
mad
she's
at
depressed.
him, and then she runs away from home, and then she falls down in a
Yeah,
rainstorm, and then she becomes like a red. What she kind of is like in a coma or something like that, where she's not really conscious, but she is. So he dresses up as a baby to cheer her up. I thought all that was really like sad. That was a
I
really
thought Odo, he was pushing boundaries here, in my opinion. He was getting a bit ridiculous with his sad stories, sad flashbacks.
yeah. I do
And
see
this
your
is the
point.
one where like, no, Odo, I'm not letting you pass on this. Like he's wearing a full diaper as well, dude. Come on, he's got the whole dress out.
Yeah,
It's not good enough.
yeah. I see your point, but God, there was just so many cool moments in. Usopp shooting that shot to snuck out Sugar. Zora versus Pika with the high pitched voice. That was a
Yeah.
peak moment.
Hey, don't say that.
Oh yeah. And then
Not
of
the pun.
course Luffy and Law versus Doflamingo. Like, oh, that was really intense. But the fight did go on for a bit too long though. I will say that.
The Luffy versus Doflamingo was
Yeah,
painful.
it
There'll
was.
be months would go by, and the birdcage will be slowly closing in. It was so bad on the manga. Just reading it weekly, it was an awful experience. I would not want to go back to that again. Yikes.
Again, I was just binging all this, so
Yeah.
I wasn't like rushing getting through it, so I had a much better time with it. I'm sure I would have disliked it as well if I had to wait till weekly for this. And then we get the big transformation of Gear 4. I was like,
Hated it.
yo, we did not like it?
I hate it. Looked stupid. Oh yeah, it just time skip character designs were awful, man. It just nothing was working with me. It just and then this transformation, like Gear 4, oh yes, a new transformation. What would this look like? Gear 2 looked sick. Gear 3, I mean, it was just a big arm. What the hell is Gear 4 gonna be about? And it was this hideous looking thing. Okay. Didn't like it. I did not like it.
I like the way it was animated though. Like the bouncing
Oh, I
and
love the sound. The
the
sound
sound
design was
effects.
good as
Yeah.
well.
I think that helped it.
Bring, bring,
I just, I don't know. I just
bring.
found it just seemed so like it was ridiculous, but in a good way for me. I just found it to be like, wow, this is so on point with Luffy. But yeah, the birdcage is shuts down, and then they have to stop it. Everyone's like holding the birdcage. Yeah, the pacing was slow, but I don't know, like the writing, I just was into it. I was just like, yeah, I'm really into this. And then Sabo's backstory is revealed. What happened to him? He was knocked out. He trains with Dragon. He finds out that Ace died, and then yeah, that's how it happens essentially. And then Rebecca, what happens with Rebecca? Like, I forgot the whole backstory with her. Like, did Doflamingo execute her? I bet
Yeah, I
her
did not like
mother.
Rebecca. It's weird, man. That character design, weird. Just weird.
I just,
Especially being
yeah,
like 16.
16, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
remember
just
her
weird,
backstory
man.
that well. It was like Doflamingo. Oh, he controlled the
Well, her dad was
king.
a toy soldier.
Yeah, her grandfather was like being controlled by Doflamingo, and he started killing his own people. And
Yeah.
then Rebecca's mom had to escape, and then she died. And then her father, as a toy soldier, had to raise her without her knowing who he was. That's what happened. Yeah,
And then Usopp has like a moment here where he shoots a pellet in the girl's mouth that
yeah.
controls the and that's the only moment he has in time skip so far. Which is
That
crazy.
was the only moment. That was the last time we did something, of value.
Meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. But yeah, I do remember the arc ended with the Navy blind dude. He basically apologized to the people of Dressrosa for not being there to protect them and having to let the Straw Hats and Law's pirate crew, do all the work to protect the people. That was a pretty cool moment. I don't get the whole bit with Luffy kidnapping Rebecca at the end, you know. Oh no, I remember now. He was trying to bring her to her father. That's it. But the people in the village thought he was kidnapping her. That's it. Okay. Never mind. But yeah, that's how the arc ends, and then Luffy becomes like the leader of this grand fleet with Bartomeo's crew and all that. And then it ends with, I think, Brooke, sorry. Who's on the crew? It's either Bartomeo or someone else. They see that Sanji's poster has an only alive sticker on instead of dead and alive. So that's kind of teasing the next arc. But that's it.
Yeah, the Bartolomeo crew.
Yeah.
The Straw Hats lights.
Yeah. I would put... So where would you put Dressrosa? I'm kind of curious.
D.
D. Oh, man. Yeah. This is where we have a drastically different opinion. I think...
Yeah, we were sort of similar. And, bro, these were painful for me, man. It just was not hitting the same.
I'm going to put Dressrosa at like a mid to high A. I think the story stuff was just so good. I was so into it.
Like, remember the whole point of Luffy sailing out to sea, you know, like to find the One Piece? And
yeah.
all this is just side adventures to me, man.
Side
These
adventures.
were just filler. These felt like filler.
Yeah, I see your point there, but I just had a great time. Again, I watched the anime in dub, so maybe that helped with my enjoyment instead of reading the manga. If I read the manga, I probably would have hated it as well, but I think when you watch it, you just have a better experience. But that's that. Next up, the island of Zoo. The Zoo Island. So while...
You know what? Okay, this is where my opinion changes, because I did like Zoe. When they find Zunisha, the giant elephant, I'm like, well, what is this? This is interesting. Let's scale it. Let's climb up it. This is interesting. And then it's just animal people.
Pretty much.
Just... And then... Did Sanji have a nosebleed moment here as well? I don't even remember. Probably he did. He's
Probably.
a weirdo. I mean, he likes fish women, to be fair,
Yeah.
so okay, I wouldn't put it past him. But the whole thing with like trying to find this secret ninja, and like where is he? And then they're all keeping a secret for him. They're all like trying to like protect this guy because they would not give up information from him, and they would all endure being tortured and whatnot.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we see a bounty of 1 billion.
Oh yeah.
In Zoe as well. Jack.
Jack.
And we'll get to Wano, but like I still don't understand why they're called Jack, Queen.
Yeah.
King, like, but Ace was not part of your crew. It's confusing. It's weird. Like, who was Ace in your crew?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But yeah, no. Zoe was good. Zoe was a good turning point for me.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I will say,
reeled me back in. I like this.
I much prefer the art in this arc as well. There was more shadows in this arc on the characters than in Dressrosa. Maybe because they were always like in the night and it was always like shaded. Like there was not much sunlight. But I noticed how there was a lot of shadows on the characters. That was something I noticed. But yeah, I like this arc as well. I think it was great. I like the twist that everyone on Zoe knew where Rizo was.
Rizo,
you know?
yes, Rizo.
And then the battle with Jack, that was all interesting. Yeah, this felt like a very fresh like arc compared to the Dressrosa. Dressrosa
it was
felt
short. It was short as well, dude.
Yeah.
That's why it was good. It was short. It just got to the point.
Yeah, Caesar Clown poisoned the island, and then Chopper and hit that side of the Straw Hats had to save everyone. And yeah, that was all good stuff. You know,
here's another trope as well, where the Straw Hats just keep getting lost on the island. They get split up. That's too much now.
It happens all the time.
It's the same.
I kind of get it because there's so many Straw Hats now, so they need to like split them up. You know,
you don't have to. You don't have to. Sorry.
But yeah,
Oh, and then this is where we find out as well about the wedding,
yeah,
the big
Sanji. So
wedding.
I actually got this bit spoiled from a comment when I was watching the Water 7. I was reading the comments, and when Luffy and Usopp were fighting and Sanji stopped them from fighting, someone said that the reason why Sanji stopped Luffy and Usopp from fighting was because he was reminded about his brothers and picking on him. So, and then they were diving into the spoilers on Sanji being the prince and all that. So, all that stuff was spoiled,
Oh,
unfortunately.
and the part in where he's like, "I'm Mr. Prince" on the
Oh
phone
no, I
to.
didn't. I didn't know that was part of it. But yeah,
It
you're
was a good
right.
callback. It was
It
a
was a
good
good
callback to
callback.
that.
But yeah, he's part of a royal family, and yeah, he does say that he was born in the North Blue back in Jaya. So that was actually pretty good stuff there. And of course, he has to go along because of what they are gonna do to Zeph and the Baratier. So yeah, that's what happened, and then the Straw Hats decide to rescue Sanji, and I don't really know what happened towards the end. It was like a series of events where the cat and
They
the
split
dog
up.
end up
Oh,
fighting.
Jack. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack comes back, right? And
Hmm.
then they fight Jack, and then Jack gets sent to the bottom of the ocean,
Ah,
but
yeah,
he
by Zanish.
doesn't
Okay, now I
die.
remember. Now I remember.
And he,
Now I
I
remember.
don't. Was it because
So
Jack is a fishman,
yeah.
half
So
fishman?
before all of
What's
this, Momonosuke and Kaizo, Raizo, and Kizaru reveal to Luffy that they are samurais from Wano and that they were teleported hundreds of years from the past or something like that. And then they see a red poneglyph, and this poneglyph will eventually lead them to Laugh Tale, the final island, to find the One Piece. And that was actually a really cool like moment in the plot. The Straw Hats find a red poneglyph for the first time, and now Luffy's getting excited. Now they have to find the red poneglyphs and find the One Piece essentially, which is all pretty good stuff. And I think Momonosuke reveals that his people made the poneglyphs in this bit from memory. All good stuff. All good stuff. And then Jack comes back, and then they have to defend the island. And then Momonosuke hears a voice. Luffy hears a voice. Momonosuke says that we have to. What happens? I forgot. He says something like a command. Oh, he tells Inishua to smash Jack into millions of pieces or something like that. And then, yeah, that's how the arc ends. Where would you rank it?
I would put this at B. I was positive with this one. It was good. It was
I think
short.
I would put this arc just behind Jaya at A. I think this was a good arc. Then we see a bit of Vivi in her new design. You know,
She lost the skin color. She
yeah,
became mummified.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
dear.
dude, it's crazy.
But yeah, that's oh yeah. I don't remember what happened. Something about the
Oh, they
Revolutionary
split
Army.
up.
They hear about the
Um,
Revolutionary Army. I don't know. Something happened, blah, blah, blah. But they are going to rescue Sanji, essentially. That's the whole
yeah,
gist of it.
essentially,
Now,
yeah,
Whole
yeah.
Cake. We're very close. So, Whole Cake Island is basically a Sanji arc where. So, the Straw Hats, they get to Whole Cake. Sanji has to marry this pudding gal. And yeah, Luffy sees Sanji's family members. They go to Whole Cake Island, which is like a place to eat stuff. Like all the buildings are like made out of candy. Luffy and Chopper are going crazy on the food. We introduced to pudding. There's a lot of singing. It's very like a Disney type of place. And then yeah, this first half was okay. Oh yeah, Jinbei is back.
Is this
And
where we get the bounty reveals for Roger,
probably I
Whitebeard, or was that
possibly
name one? I don't remember. I don't
it
remember.
might be,
It's all a
but
blur.
yeah, it is a blur. I don't really remember any of that. So yeah, we basically get a bit of Sanji's backstory. It's sad, it's depressing, and I don't really like seeing baby Sanji get bullied. It was just kind of hard to watch, if I'm being honest. You know, all this backstory with him.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, this is where the art style changed again a little bit. You know, the characters kind of had this cutified look to them a little bit. More sad Sanji backstory. I will say the best part about this arc was Sanji and Luffy's fight that they had. Was a pretty sad moment. Yeah, it's around here where Luffy and Sanji are
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
That was like the highlight of this arc, in my opinion. Very sad. Very sad stuff.
My highlight was the flashback. Surprise, surprise, the flashback.
Which one? Big Mom or
It
Sanji?
was Sanji's second flashback. It
Oh, when
was
he's a kid.
about his. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was all good, but
Oh,
man, it was hard to watch, like all that stuff. I
in the
didn't like it.
manga, I think the manga did it differently. Well, not differently, but it felt special reading it. It was like I was going through different emotions reading it, and then towards the end, like Luffy's fighting Cracker, and that shit just made me laugh. Because he's so fat and he's still eating like his crackers basically. And he's enormous. Like
Yeah.
whoa, just funny waves of emotion between that particular chapter.
Oh yeah. I will say the twist.
After like enduring Sanji's
Yeah.
backstory.
I will say the twist with Puddin was very unexpected. I did not see that coming. I was like, whoa. They were planning
What
to
was the
kill.
twist that she's
That she and Big Mom are planning to kill the Vinsmoke family. And that she doesn't care about
okay.
Sanji. She's like basically making fun of him and all that. It was a sad moment, you know. Very sad
Is
and
she still
depressing
evil?
moment.
Did she
No,
end being evil?
she didn't. So like towards the wedding, Sanji basically says that she has a pretty eye. Then she starts to soften up, and then we see her backstory on her being bullied as a kid because she had an eye on her forehead
Yeah.
and all that. Luffy and Sanji reunite. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like this arc. I don't like this arc.
I will. They do something really cool. This arc is like the big bounty villains had cool theme songs. Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
what's his name? I forgot his name. The eldest son of Big Mom. I don't know his name. He has
Yeah. The lollipop
what was his
guy.
name?
Lollipop stick
No,
man.
no, no, the other one. The other one.
Oh,
The other one.
I forgot his name. But
You know
he's
who I'm talking about.
he's
He has
billion
future
dollar
sight.
bounty. Yeah.
Yeah, he's $1 billion bounty. He can see into the future. First time we're seeing like high
Yeah.
level observation arc to that degree. Doesn't make any sense why he lost. It's stupid. It's bullshit. Still makes me angry. But dude, his theme song is amazing.
I don't
It's
remember
so
it.
sick. It's so sick. It's the only time where I'm praising One Piece soundtracks. I barely do. And that one was just so sick.
I will say I did like I think, of course, Luffy and Sanji fighting and the Big Mom flashback were the highlights. I did like her flashback a lot. It was very
Which is
kind of
raised as a
dark.
nun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's raised in a
And
nunnery, and then she ends up
ate them all.
eating. Yeah, that was a dark ending, you know. It's kind of
She
messed
looks
up.
very different from she looks as a child. She looks the same as what she does like now.
Yeah.
But then she has that weird phase which is with the Zebek crew, the Rocks
Yeah, where
pirate
she's
crew,
skinny and
completely looks
thin.
very different. Yeah.
Might be like a power thing, but I don't know. But yeah, I hated the Vinsmoke family. I think they are like my least favorite characters in the show. Like they are just like, it's almost like they're cartoonishly evil, you know, except for the girl, you know. But like all of them are just like these evil dudes who are just. I think the way they were treating Sanji was just kind of like diabolical, in my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course,
I like this arc more than Punk Hazard and Dressrosa.
oh yeah, yeah, of course. No, maybe not as much as Dressrosa, but yeah, I just looking at this arc. Yeah, the guy from Zoo, he died. He sacrificed himself, and then you had that girl rabbit who transformed. That whole sequence was pretty cool. You know, towards the end, that was like a
I
cool
didn't
moment.
like the subplot with the the mafia guy. That was
Yeah,
random.
that
Why
was a
was he at
bit.
the wedding?
I don't get it
I don't
either.
get
I
it.
didn't like that stuff either. Yeah, it's just like the fight with the $1 billion bounty man that Luffy had. Um, didn't really like that. If I'm being honest, I actually didn't like this fight. It went on for too long, but I did like his reveal that he had like these sharp tooth things, and I don't know. There was like a whole subplot with this girl who looked up to him, and then when she saw how ugly he was, she was like, "Oh no," you know. But yeah, it's I don't really like the ending of this arc. Didn't really hit for me. I didn't really like it. There were just too many characters I didn't like in this arc. Way too many. Like I didn't like any of
It
the
was
Big Mom
overblown. And you
crew,
know what?
the Smokes.
I'll put it the same as Dressrosa then.
I'm putting this arc right at D, right behind Skypiea. This is my least favorite arc. You know, it's better than Punk
Least
Hazard.
favorite. Wow.
It's better than Punk Hazard, but it's just I don't like this. Like even looking at these clips, I'm like, yeah, I didn't like this arc. The backstories were good, and that was it. The
If I'm
fights,
rating just the post time skip stuff, it's Zoe, Whole Cake, Punk Hazard, Dressrosa.
yeah. Yeah, this
Right.
arc, I have nothing to say on this one. It was just a bit meh, in my opinion. But yeah, that's whole cake. Now we move to the reverie.
The Reverie.
So
Can
it's
you call
where
this an arc? This was so short.
the
Shorter than
tiny,
Zoe.
tiny arc it was. Yeah, it's
I don't even
basic.
want to rate it. I don't even know how you can put it anyway.
I mean, how do you rate this type of arc? It's very short. It's like a
Oh,
couple of
it's
episodes.
this when we get the bounty reveals and all that stuff.
Yeah, Luffy's revealed to be like $1 billion bounty dude. You get a bit of the five elders in this arc. Everyone's
The
reacting to
Whitebeard,
Luffy.
sorry, yeah, Whitebeard's bounties, Shanks's bounty. We get their
Yeah,
bounties, right?
yeah, we get all of them, and it's like
Okay, I'll have to
massive.
put this. It's cheap, but I'm gonna put this at A.
No, that's reasonable.
It's so short. I don't even know if you can
I mean, they
rate it
count it
then. You
as an
know.
arc, so yeah, you have to. But
Okay.
basically, this arc is essentially. God, what happened in this arc? So all the princesses come together, and that's at this place. The Revolutionary Army are here as well, and yeah, it's just too short to really review. But I did like it a lot, and I think because of how short it is, it's gonna get a high A for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I liked it more than Enies Lobby. I'll put it at an S, just because of how short it was. You know, it might be a cheat, but it is what it is. And now we come to the Wano arc, the longest arc in all of One Piece so far. This is a monster of an arc. So, how do you feel about this arc? So, I think we,
Okay. Honestly, like just like with Dressrosa, the first few chapters, dude, were magical.
yeah,
It's a new. We're here about one of the longest time. It's tied back to Punk Hazard because of the samurais being chopped in half and all that stuff. And they even like in the anime, I believe they did like a little special montage or whatnot. Like all this moment has led to this one or something like that.
yeah. Because
So
pretty much
it
from
was
Punk Hazard
huge.
up until here, it's all been like the Wano arc because, you know, Momonosuke, he was introduced into Punk Hazard. So yeah, it's all been leading up to this. You know, this is like sort of the end of that sort of journey, and it is a monster of an arc. So much happens. Like, so the first
I'd say
yeah,
Act One, yeah, because it's split up in
it's
acts,
three
right? I'd say
acts.
Act
Act
One,
one,
yeah, Act
yeah,
One was amazing. Act One, we're just like exploring the land, we're learning about different people, and then I think that's where Luffy sees Kaido and fights him, right? And then just gets his
yeah. He
ass
gets
handed to him.
defeated by him. Yeah, the Straw Hats all reunites, and yeah, this arc, the art kind of takes a new change. It's a different art style. It feels like
Oh,
a slight
beautiful art style.
reset for the art. Probably the second best or the best art for One Piece. Maybe
It's
the best,
it's the
actually.
same. It was the same art style for Dragon Ball Broly.
Yeah, yeah, it does
Dragon
look
Ball
like
Broly
that.
did it first, and then I believe they just, hey, it worked for Dragon Ball Broly. Let's just use it for One Piece
Yeah, all the
because it's the
characters
same
look good.
studio.
Yeah, yeah. This arc was great. And then Luffy's in prison, and he has to. He's with Kid in the prison. I remember that, and they're training. You know, and just a lot of stuff happens. And Zoro ends up with the princess lady. He's protecting her. I remember all that stuff happening. And then Ace is also a bit of a major character when it comes to his involvement with that girl, that little girl. I remember her. It's kind of, yeah, this bit was good. I don't think I liked it as much as you did, but I thought it was fine. This first act.
Uh, this first act, how did it end?
Oh, I think it was when Luffy's in prison and he meets Kid again. Because it's after the
Yeah, dude,
Kaido
no, I like
fight.
this.
Yeah.
Listen, this is the only time I'm going to be praising this arc anyway, so I'm just going to say arc Act One was good.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Yeah.
that's the most praise I'm going to be giving it, to be honest with you. But yeah, just I feel like
Yeah.
Act One was decently paced. We haven't seen Zoro in a long time. What is he up to? And then we see him just cut a guy in half with a little
Yeah.
with a little blade, and like a seppuku, whatever it's called, seppuku blade.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
we see inside we see Usopp. He's a snake oarsman. He's on about
Yeah.
this medicine that can heal you, but he's
That's right.
lying, just like
Yeah.
trying to get money. And then that was referenced later on, like another act, and that was sad. And then we see Luffy just go gear 4, just max Kaido into the ground. Like,
Yeah.
oh, just
That was a great moment. Yeah,
fighting
I like
God's
that.
fight. That was sick.
The theme song was awesome. I think it might be one of my favorites, you know, for this one part, this act one. But yeah, act two, I think that's when we dive into the flashback of this smiling man. I forgot his name. Oh, he was
Oh,
yeah,
Dad.
the dad, yeah. And then he gets executed by this guy, Orochi, which was a pretty sad
Orochi,
moment,
yeah.
yeah. And yeah, it's a pretty like sad backstory with all those people eating the smiling fruits and then laughing when they can't. Pretty dark, you know, that Kaido did all that.
And clear difference in powers as well. Like it was such a one-sided. It reminds me of like the crocodile stuff in Alabasta, where crocodile they fight 3 times. Luffy loses 3 times, I think,
Yeah.
and then in the final fight, Luffy wins. It's the same. It does get boring, dude. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Like how many times you lose
This
to
this this
Kaido
is
and then
where
you're
I
gonna
was
win.
starting to like I was getting a bit bored of that trope. It was like it got a bit exhausting.
And in Whole Cake Island, when he's fighting that guy
Yeah.
has future sight. Oh, let's just insert a flashback scene for Luffy learning future sight hockey. You're like, what is this? This
Yeah.
flashback just came out of your ass, dude. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
But I will say it had one of the better flashback episodes with Momonosuke's father leader and Roger. Like he's basically like traveling with him all around the world, and they end up at Laugh Tale, like in one of those episodes towards the end, and then I don't know,
Oh
that
yeah,
that was such a
Ayo
cool moment.
Samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of his last sayings before he died was to open the land of Wano to the rest of the world, you know. And of course, we know that Momonosuke is confused by that because if they do, then they unleash the ancient weapon onto the world. So,
What was
ooh,
his name again? Odin, right?
Odin, yeah.
Does does Odin know about the secret? He
Oh,
had
yeah, he
to know
does.
about
He
the weapon,
does. Yeah, he
right?
does. Because
So you have
in
to
his
trust in Odin,
letter,
bro. Just
he said that, yeah,
open it up.
yeah, he was talking about how they know the secrets, the poneglyphs, the blank history is all revealed. You know, they know what happened.
I think I think the weapons are actual sentient beings
Yeah,
and they have a mind of their own. So if you open up the world or whatnot, they will help in the final battle or something, is what I
possibly.
assume.
Yeah, that could be the case. But yeah, his death sequence was really sad, really emotional, you know, and yeah, it was pretty. It was
Dude,
a
I
very
hate.
long.
No, it's dumb though. It's dumb. Like you lose a fight to Kaido. Kaido has like Orochi does some sneaky shit, and then Kaido wins. And
Ah, yeah,
then
yeah, yeah,
from for the last few years of Odin's life, he's just dancing on the street.
yeah.
Like what? Come on,
I think he's
you're a
dancing on the
samurai,
street
man.
to. Wasn't that for a reason? It was to,
He was protecting his kids or
yeah,
whatnot, but like,
something like that. Yeah,
come on, man. You could if you fight again, you could possibly.
yeah. But yeah, that was all in Act Two, and then that's when the Straw Hats gear up to go to Omigashina, the big island where Kaido was living in. And yeah, Momonosuke has a moment. He stands up to Kaido. That was all pretty good. All these episodes kind of blur together, but I kind of like these episodes where they're like rushing and storming the island. Then we get introduced to the daughter of Kaido. That was all interesting. Even some of the villains were kind of cool in this arc. Oh yeah, Big Mom's there as well. Um, Gosh, I'm not gonna lie. Like stuff happens in this arc that I liked, but there are episodes that aren't that great either. You know, it's very like high and low. If I'm being honest.
Like the highs can be high, and then the lows are just
Yeah.
so low. Like there's no expectation more.
And it does go on for way too long. I think that's the problem. This arc is too long. It's way too long. They should have cut
Yeah.
it down, you know. I think that's kind of what drops it for me. Because, yeah, it does have some cool highs. The backstories are great. The action is cool. All these moments. Yeah, Ace and Kaido's daughter. That was all really good stuff. Momonosuke.
That flashback animation was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great moment. Oh yeah, CP9 are here to basically kill Luffy because that's the orders from the government. I remember all that. Oh yeah, the Sanji stuff, that was all interesting where he accidentally hits the girl and then he ends up protecting her and then Queen wants to kill Sanji. Does he want to use his body for an experiment or something, he says? I forgot what he says, but it's something like that. Oh yeah, Zoro has this awesome action sequence with is it King? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's that race called? It's like a special race
Yeah. I
that
think
King's from.
yeah. The Bolka, I forgot it's something with a B. But yeah, possibly the best episode with the action was Zoro and him. I think that was like the best looking episode, in my opinion.
Dude, it was too much. I didn't like it.
You didn't
Too
like
much
it?
was happening on screen.
Oh
Yeah, I
man,
didn't,
I
it's like
love
Dragon
that.
Ball Z.
It
It
was
was
so
this is
chaotic. I actually like that.
I thought it was dumb, dude.
Fair enough.
It's like they're going like Super Saiyan, both of them.
Yeah.
It's like you're flying in the sky. You're like, what is this? This is not. Why? This is this is One Piece, man. They're
Yeah.
grounded. They can't fly.
Oh yeah, then we get a bit of Zoro's backstory again, where this man who came to his town village made a sword, and he's hiding from the navy, and that was interesting. You know, I think he made the sword. Zoro got the sword in Logtown. Then we get more into his like backstory. Yeah, the big fight with him and King and Queen. That was all good stuff. I do like the fight a lot. I think it looked cool. You know. Oh yeah, then we are. Yeah, just a lot of stuff happening. But then there's this whole conspiracy behind the scenes of the government are trying to kill Luffy. They want him gone. But why is that? Very interesting indeed. You know, it was all interesting stuff.
Yeah, this is. Ah man, it's they changed the devil fruit, the backstory of the rubber fruit. Now all of a sudden, the rubber fruit doesn't exist anymore. It was never a thing. And what he had instead was the Nika Nika model Nika Nika, whatever.
Yeah,
God, I don't like that.
you don't like that.
I, I don't like that. Only, but what I don't like is that the rubber fruit doesn't exist. We have seen so much random dog shit that exists as a devil fruit, but a simple concept of a rubber fruit doesn't exist. Why? Why doesn't a rubber fruit exist? That's stupid. Um, and it does feel like the chosen one thing again
Yeah,
from like Naruto. Well, I remember that being a big conversation where the reason why people hate Naruto is because Naruto is like a chosen one, like him and Sasuke. And
yeah.
this was especially coming from like One Piece fans. And now, bro, your main character is the chosen one. You haven't
Pretty
eaten this
much,
devil
yeah.
fruit.
Luffy was the chosen one after all. He was the boy hero.
Boy who lived.
Yeah. But I did find all this very interesting, you know. It really did open up the lore and the story, you know. It changed
Yeah.
Luffy's powers entirely, like, you know, it's like he can make anything, you know, he can do anything with this power. I thought this was all really hype when he transformed, you know.
Oh,
This
it
is where
was
I
hype. It
yeah,
was
this is
hype.
where I
Music in the
was
background.
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
This is
dun,
where
dun.
the
Yeah, it's hype.
Wano arc got great for me. You know, the moment he turned Gear 5, that's when I'm like, okay, finally, it's getting great. You have Orochi dying. That was a great moment. Then you have a bit of Kaido fighting.
So I'm confused with how his devil fruit works, right?
Yeah.
Him going gear 5, is that him? Is that the real devil fruit powers working? Or is that his awakening ability?
I think Kaido thinks it's an awakening, but I think that is his real devil fruit. I think
That's
that's
the real devil.
yeah.
Then what is the awakened version of that devil fruit?
Yeah.
Is his awakening ability allowing others to turn into Nika?
Who knows? I don't actually know about that one.
'Cause this devil fruit is busted, bro. He's
Yeah.
grabbing lightning and throwing it. He's grabbing lightning.
He's grabbing lightning,
He's grabbing
he's tossing
lightning,
it,
dude. He's
just throwing
he's
it,
grabbing-
juggling it. It's crazy. But yeah, Luffy defeats Kaido in Gear 5. And yeah, Kaido was defeated, you know. And yeah, all these episodes are great. I love all these episodes. We get a tiny bit of Kaido's backstory. It's not that long, but hey, it is what it is. But man, it was so... I think the ending to this was all great, you know. I liked how it ended. And then, yeah, then we see Momonosuke learning about, whatchamacallit, the poneglyphs and the weapons. Pirates infiltrate Wano, but then Shanks takes them out. That was a cool moment. And yeah, that's kind of how it ends. You know,
Well, he grows up as well,
yeah, he grows
Momonosuke.
up.
Like, how
Yeah,
does he grow up again? Who does that?
it's like
I
someone's
forgot.
age fruit. It's that lady's age fruit who accelerates his age. You know,
Ah, okay.
yeah, I
Damn,
think
if
so.
I was Momonosuke, I'm like, nah, don't touch me, bro. Don't.
Yeah,
Because because his mind is still a child, right?
yeah, he's still a
But now
child.
they just put him in an adult body. That's
Yeah,
messed up, bro.
pretty much,
Because when he's an old man, he's going to be very youthful.
pretty much. Yeah,
Like his body will be 20 years older, but his mind will be not that far ahead.
pretty much. Yeah.
Damn, sad.
But that's when we see a bit about the outside world. Cross guilds are formed.
The Cross Guild is so stupid as well. I get it. I understand it. They need each other's back because the Marines are onto them.
Hmm.
But this is like the least likely group of all time.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Why is me hooked?
But yeah, that's the end of Wano, you know. Um, yeah, and it's kind of the end of that saga of like from Fishman, not Fishman, from
Yeah.
Punk Hazard. And yeah, it's kind of a.
Wano made me stop reading for a time.
Oh, did it?
It
Was it
was
that
that
long?
boring.
Yeah.
It
There
was
were
that
so many
long,
episodes
that
that did go on
boring.
for too long. You know, I mean, look at the length of this recap. 5 hours. That's crazy. But yeah, where would you rank Wano on the tier list?
I have to put it deep, bro. There wasn't enough good moments to raise it.
I feel
That's the
like the
only issue, really.
highs were pretty high in Wano. Like Luffy turning Gear 5, him defeating Kaido, freeing the land of Wano. I do think the disappointing aspects about this arc are the Straw Hats not really doing much. I mean, they do a lot, but Robin awakens her powers. That's cool. Sanji has a cool action episode defeating Queen. Zoro has a cool moment. But Nami and Usopp don't really do a whole lot. Chopper doesn't do a whole lot. Frankie doesn't do much. Brooke doesn't do much. You know, it's kind of like, you know. I was a little bit like, kind of wanted more from them. It's really a Luffy, Momonosuke, Kaido's daughter, and Kid and Law story. You know, that they're the main characters essentially. So because of that, I'm gonna put Wano at. I think it's just too long. I think that's the problem with Wano. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
No, I prefer it more than that. I think I like it more than Impel Down and Dressrosa. I'm gonna put it here, just behind Post War. And you have it at D. Damn, that's so low. High D.
Yeah, Heidi,
Damn.
yeah.
My gosh. Damn. But yeah, I do get it.
But
It
this
is it
is
is
where it
long.
changes. Dude. Egghead is where it changes. All right, don't worry.
Yeah.
Listen. The side shit is done with. We're not gonna go on some random stupid island and settle their beef with. No,
Yeah.
we're moving
Finally,
ahead.
yeah, we're now
We're
in
on
like
track.
a much better like track. It's like we're back on the main, even though Wano did have main stuff talked about, you know. We're now finally like getting into the lore of One Piece. And
That's
honest,
the issue with these arcs because they talk about main stuff, but it's only for like 2% of the arc,
yeah,
and that's it.
pretty
Like the
much.
main stuff that you want to know about is barely like talked about in an episode. And then you're just going back to like the island's troubles and issues that the Straw Hats need to like save
Yeah,
and fix and all that's boring.
it is kind of boring, but yeah, yeah. Egghead from the moment they arrive, it's just awesome. I flipping love all this stuff. Them getting onto the island, seeing all the new stuff happening. I mean, we already talked about this arc not too long ago, but yeah, it's just first half was great. The second half was fantastic in my opinion. I think it was better. It was much better. I think the Giants stuff was a bit eh. You know, with them coming in, I was a bit like, okay, here we go. But yeah, I think this arc was pretty great. What about you? Like,
It was because usually like these post time skip arcs, it's always the beginning that's interesting me, and then it loses me halfway through, and then it falls flat on its face towards the end. Egghead kept me interested and entertained up until one of the elders landed on the island, and then that's where it lost me. So
oh,
a
okay.
good 80% of Egghead is what I liked and enjoyed. Then it got into like Naruto, tailed beast stuff, which was too much for me.
Yeah.
And then at one point, Luffy turned into his own tailed beast, grabbing both of them, throwing them across the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too much. It was too much.
True. True. But I still
But then it
liked all
brought me
that.
back. It brought me back because of the Vegapunk stuff, where
Yeah,
he
the
was.
reveal.
I think the main reason why I enjoy this arc a lot is because I binged it.
Yeah.
I waited and I binged it,
You binge watched it.
and I
Yeah.
wasn't watching it weekly. So that could be another possibility.
That's why I like all of these other arcs more than you did, because I binged watched all of them. So I think that helped
Yeah,
with my enjoyment.
that's a big factor. Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps out a lot.
One Piece is far more enjoyable
Yeah,
binged.
dude,
But yeah,
this is an A for me.
I think this is like an S tier for me. I think I'm going to put this, I think at number 3. I think I like this as my third favorite arc. It was just awesome all around, you know. It delivered on everything, you know. So it's just
It
great
was
arc.
close, dude. It's close. It's just the tailed beasts that show up
Yeah.
where I'm kind of lost. But that's yeah, man. Everything else was amazing, and that's why I
Yeah.
have to put it in A, but I can't put it in S because
Ah, fair
of
enough.
those diminishing factors.
Cool.
But man, yeah. Do I take a screenshot of this?
Yeah.
Then I
Take a
post it,
screenshot,
yeah.
save and download.
I did cheat in my tier list, by the way,
Oh dear.
because it was overflowing in a certain section.
Oh
You'll
yeah.
understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for doing it like this, but how do I post it? Oh, here we go.
Just
Upload
hit save and
file.
download. Download image.
Oh, I just took a
Cool.
screenshot. Can I?
You can download it, yeah. I just downloaded it.
Okay. Oh no, the screenshot's fine.
Okay. Damn.
I
Damn.
made, I
You made an
an
F.
tier. I made a special F tier.
Flipping heck.
Yeah. No, but
Damn.
look where Egghead is.
Okay,
It's at
that's
A.
not bad.
It's-
It's pretty different to my list, you know. Yeah, I agree with all the. So the F tier, I don't agree with Wano and Dressrosa,
Yeah.
of course.
The
And
pre-time
even
skip were aligned. Post-time skip were not aligned.
yeah, yeah, the S tier stuff is all good. Yeah, I agree with that. And even A tier, maybe not Arlong Park. I think that's more of like a. Well, how did I rank Arlong Park? I forgot. Was that like a B tier? Oh, no, you're right. You're right. No, that's good. That's fine. It's the same rating. Alabasta, Lockdown. Maybe, yeah, no, that's not bad. That's not a bad list. I think it's the F and, yeah, the F
The F
stuff.
one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Weekly, dude, I was punished reading it weekly, man. It was painful. It was so painful. It was not an enjoyable experience reading it weekly.
Yeah, Wano is better binged. Dressrosa is better binged.
Binge. Yeah.
But Whole Cake, yeah, I agree with you there. That was not a good arc. Punk Hazard, yeah, that was pretty not good. Fishman Island, I think I liked a bit more than you did. I think that was a little bit more entertaining. But yeah, that's the list. Awesome. That was a long one. Holy moly.
Yeah.
That was a long one. I think next time we can do another anime ranking. What's another big shonen series? Naruto, maybe?
Naruto? Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's do that one.
4 hour podcast.
Another 4-hour podcast on Naruto. Flipping heck.
No, this one's 4 hours.
Okay, oh
This
my
one's-
gosh. Flipping heck.
this one's-
That is crazy. Absolutely crazy.